Shorties.
Hi, Shorty. Fingers crossed, StreamYard's being a little bitch tonight, apparently. Very frustrating when we're professionals here. Fucking professional.
She's a fucking professional. No, goddamn it.
Miss Shorty, you're muted. Miss Shorty, you're muted.
God, yes.
Endearing, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fake breaks, staying hydrated. It's Shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Trial watching, trials and tribulations. It's Camp Shorty calling all nations. What are you drinking? Shall we skip this part? Left or right-handed? Shit, she slid it to the start. She's a fucking professional. Yo, goddammit. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fake breaks, staying hydrated. It's Shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Psychology corner. Let's learn about stuff. New Miss Shorty music. Calling their bluff. Best chat, best community. We've got the best minds. A safe, supportive sanctuary full of fun and love. Rock out with your cats down. Curse all you want. And here at Camp Shorty, we even say God. She's a fucking professional. You goddammit. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fake breaks, staying hydrated. It's Shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Hey, Shorties, what's doing, y'all? Get in here, Shorties. Let's fucking go. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty.
Now the fun begins.
Oh shit, Donna, you're screwed. Suck it, Donna. Screw you. You're next. Wendi, suck it, Donna. Why me? Donna, you're screwed. Suck it, Donna. Screw you. You're next. Wendi, suck it, Donna. Why me?
Hi, I forgot to put myself on the stage. Hi, Shorties. It's like, hi, good to see you. Gets me every time. Every time. You're guaranteed I'm going to come on the screen laughing with that little cute little baby Shorty. Hey, I think she's wearing the same shirt as me. Was she wearing the same shirt? Amazing. Through the ages, through the generations. That's a lady size one. Hi, Shorties. Oh my God, sorry about the ASMR. Oh my goodness. Ah! Buster size. Hi. Hang on, my camera's a bit weird, a bit wonks. I see Heather's in this house. Hey, girl. I still be practicing your name so it doesn't slip. Good to see you. Stephanie, blah, blah, blah. Fucking, I have to put my glasses on. Damn it. Hope ain't fear. Hey, girl. Patricia, hi. 69's in the chat for Patricia. Simmy's here. I can't see. Oh, yeah. It's good. Sidebar. I put my glasses on to paint my eyebrows on because double sidebar, they're blonde. My eyebrows are blonde. And I haven't tinted them in forever. And I put my glasses on. It was like, wow, this is revelatory. I could see what I'm doing. And also when I was, because I mean, I'm my blonde hair and my blonde hairs, I get some old lady fuzz, like peach fluff on my face, white blonde. So I was just clipping it off, getting rid of it. It's not a beard. It's not a beard. And I just do some of this hairline here and the thing slipped. Got rid of some of my already non-existent eyebrows. So that was cute. I love that for me. Maybe I'm in a gang now with a slice in my eyebrow. Hi. Sorry. Hi. Welcome. Happy. Great verdict, Patricia. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Who else? Who else is here? Of course, Ms. What the Fuck is here. Hi, girl. I'm scrolling back through the chat. So we had to push back by Rach by half a clock drift. Clock drift. Better late than never, huh? Kurt's in the house. Donna was one of the more guilty defendants I've seen in a while. Her surprise Pikachu face at the end was hilarious. Yeah, Donna. Donna dead to rights, Adelson. Laney's here. Hello. Well, we're going to be celebrating. I think I've said hi to. I hope I haven't missed anybody. I will catch you as the chat continues to scroll. And like I'll be at my sink washing up, and I'm like, header. It's such a different. You're very welcome. It's such. I'm getting all teary. It's such a different way to form the sounds in one's mouth and throat. Wow, clip that. So it took a bit of practice. Frankly, it was Kizala who I presume it's you, or there might be another header in her chat. But whenever she says it, I'm like, okay, got this. We got this. We've all been trying, but I'm nailing it. Just saying. My niece named her kitten Poppy. Cute. It's such a cute name. That's what she said. Thank you, Simi. I can always rely on you. With the end of, well, the end, full stop, of Donna, we should be able to pop a few of our old members only emotes back into the chat, including That's What She Said. I had to make room for Queen Georgia, Princess Sarah, Donna, yikes, and Dan, of course. Danny, getting there, chat. We're getting there. Replay crew, hi. Thank you, Simi. If you would like to watch the live chat replay, I try to put many of the comments up on the screen. Sometimes they're out of order, but if you'd like to watch the live chat replay on your handheld device, all you need to do is swipe left on the comment tab, and it will give you the option. There's a couple of little dots up the top, and it gives you the option to watch live chat replay, as well as leaving a comment. I love how we've got the verbiage there as well. Comments really, really help with our. We've got a little bit of growth at the moment, our channel. Yay. So that's so exciting. And I really thank you all for contributing towards that growth. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you again. Christy, hello. Now, what are we doing? We have quite the show for you tonight. A little bit more. Oh, yeah, have to stop mid-sentence. Georgia and Sarah are beasts. Awesome ladies. Yes. We're going to go through, obviously, not all of the baggy suit drudgery of Jackie Fulford. I just prefer to call her Fulford. She doesn't deserve a first name. Ma'am, what are you doing? But we have a great curated selection of all things from these past couple of days of trial this week. And, of course, the verdict. Of course, the after verdict presses, conversations, the victim's impact statements, all of it. So, man, Debbie, right? We had a little bit of attrition over the first 6 or 7 months of this year, and that's fine. And of course, with the end of Karen Reid's trial, some of our subscribers were all in Karen Reid, don't want to hear about anything else. But I mean, there's other stuff going on. How riveting was this trial? Wow. Love. Just call, Kathy says, I call her DFJFHO, disgraced former judge, funeral home owner. What the fuck on her suits? She said, Debbie with a zinger. She said they didn't come off a dead body, but I wonder. Seriously though, I wonder whether, I wonder whether she's lost a lot of body fat, a lot of weight since she last had to put on a suit. So they were swimming on her. I don't know about the long sleeves, like overly long. I don't know, man. So that a little bit more housekeeping, and then we'll get into things, and I'll bring our amazing girl, Ms. What the Fuck, on screen tomorrow night, because we love watching trials together. We're going to start the Cardi B trial for a little bit more lightheartedness. We've covered some pretty heavy things in the last few months with the Maxwell Anderson trial. Suck it, Max. That was gruesome but fun. And then we've had, obviously, Donna's trial. But we are going to, which was just recaps, but we're going to start doing Cardi B tomorrow night, Saturday night, Sunday in Australia. But then from next week, Friday night, every Friday night, like we did with Maxwell Anderson, we'll watch Cardi B. And then I've got another one up my sleeve. It's so exciting. The other thing of housekeeping is tomorrow night, to finish off Camp Shorty, Shorties. No spoiler alerts if you have. I'm preemptively requesting. If you haven't watched Unknown Caller, the Catfish High School, wait, what? My brain's forgotten the actual name. It's on Netflix. Don't watch it. We're watching it together tomorrow night. It's a documentary. I don't even like documentaries. I hate the editorializing. This shit will blow your fucking mind. See you tomorrow night. Whoo! Don't watch it before then. Watch it with me. Janine, I was literally, and I don't watch anything. You all know that. I listen to stuff, right? I was sitting here last weekend at the end of Camp Shorty, like on my Sunday afternoon, riveted to my laptop, screaming, what the actual fuck? So good. Hope you have to come and watch it again with us. It would be so hard not to spoiler alert that shit. Nick, hi, no spoiler alerts. Come and watch it with us, man. I know you love knowing stuff that other people don't know. Same. So come and watch it with us on Kick after at some point tomorrow night, Saturday night your time, Sunday here. And also, hi Nick, good to see you. No, it's like, you have to. Yes, Rachel. Okay, enough of that. Hey, that's a pretty quick intro for me. Sometimes we get up to like 26 minutes before I get to the point. So, hey, have you? Thanks, man. Have you hit the like? And don't forget subscribe. Please subscribe. Like, it's worth it. We push out so much content here, like such a diverse range of content. Clearly, we're doing trials, criminal and civil. We watched ASAP Rocky, which is criminal. We started Jet v. Heard. That went by the wayside. But hi, Anya. We do Psychology Corner. We talk about neurodivergence. I crank out cool AI music. We do shorts. Ms. What the Fuck clips me being hilarious and turns it into amazing shorter videos, more digestible videos. Give us a subscribe. Come on, you can always unsubscribe. Fuck, why though? God, there's plenty of room for everyone. That's all I'm saying. Hey, hi, Ms. What the Fuck?
Hi.
Hi. How are you this fine Friday afternoon, evening for you?
I am so good. It is a wonderful day. after this
It
week.
is. Tell me, I want to know because we were watching for the most part the trial with our beautiful friend Llama Couch Court with True Crime and Wine Time. The the verdict happened very quickly. There wasn't much time between verdict and the verdict being delivered. So I think you and I and a lot of the shorties happened to watch it live on the Tallahassee Democrat. I was at work. What was your reaction, Miss What the Fuck?
You know, I was like screaming, I was crying, I was like, well, you know, I about lost it. I just couldn't believe that her reaction was what it was, and that we were there. You know, it was done, and it was almost a little bit of a downfall right afterwards.
Yeah.
But it was about time, right?
So about time. It caught me by surprise. I mean, it was a no-brainer. She was always going to be found guilty. She obviously, but still, I found myself like I was. I think I tweeted back at somebody. I think it. I was filled with this equal parts of like loathing, like gratitude, and just emotional overwhelm. And I was sobbing at work, going, "Suck it, Donna! Like suck it, Donna!" So visceral, such a visceral response. So suck it, Donna. Really. Debbie Blair says she was mad. She was big mad. Um, she chucked a tantrum. So I got to say hello to a few other people first. It's Princey's here. Hi, Princey. Sorry, I think I might have missed you, but hey, girl. Michael Green Chili Chicken's here. Hey, friend from that other little pocket of YouTube that we are a part of. Thank you for being here. Holly Street's here. She's lurking. Hey, girl. One more little housekeeping thing because we forgot last weekend because my brain. I'm Dory. We'll be drawing the Miss Shorty merch raffle. Oh, there's a couple of housekeeping things, Miss What the Fuck. The Miss Shorty merch raffle draw here. So these are, I'm a terrible grifter, like terrible. Buster's like, yeah, you are, girl. Grift more for more pig's ears. Any buy me a coffees, gifted memberships, new memberships, super chat, super stickers. What else? PayPal. What's the other one? Cash App. You'll go in the draw for tonight's draw. Pick any t-shirt or top, or like if you want a mug or a cap off the merch store if you win. We draw it every couple of weeks. And the other thing is, because it's also got a prize associated, Miss What the Fuck, tell us about our Caption This competition. We probably should do that also.
Absolutely. Today is the last day to drop your entry for the Caption This contest. Let me pull this up and do this. So we do these every now and then, kind of when the whimsy strikes us, honestly, and something interesting is going on.
Yes.
And so
I don't know why we're sorry to interrupt you, but I don't know why we're circles. However, we are circles, and I'm not mad. I don't mind it. You look like a record.
I love it. So this is a Caption This, and what we do is we ask you to drop your caption, what you would caption the picture that we throw up here, and this is super tiny. I'm sorry. Let's see. There we go.
That's what he said. This is super tiny. I'm so sorry.
So in here, what we're wanting to have a caption for is one or all of these bubbles. What you can add in here. What's Jackie thinking? What is this wonderful lady back here with the great expressions thinking? And what Georgia and Sarah are whispering to each other. So far we've had, looks like 9 comments. I'm not going to scroll down. You have to go, and you just get here by going to the posts on Miss Shorty's channel and drop your captions below. And then what'll happen is we will consolidate them all after today, and all the mods will go through them and pick the top 3, sometimes 4 if we can't make a decision. And then those will be voted on by the community also in a post like this. And then the winner will receive a free Miss Shorty mug, tumbler, or t-shirt if they're choosing from the Miss Shorty shop.
Amazing. I love these. They're so fun. I already have we don't pick I
We don't
don't get I don't get, but I have a favorite, and I longed so hard at my favorite that anyway, fingers crossed for that particular entrant, but may the odds be ever in your favor. Buster, I'm trying to be official. I'm professional as fuck. Come on, man. He's like, "No, I thought you were getting a kitten this week." I'm like, maybe today. That's a whole other story. Hey, Hedda, Hedda, thank you so much for gifting a membership. I will pop you in the draw. You're already in the draw a bunch of times, so the odds are good for you, girl. Girl. Normally, I drop them in the mug, the Miss Shorty mug. I've got another one on order. I'm always washing up my favorite one. So it's going in the actual bowl. Excuse the fingerprints. Yikes, I'll have to wipe that down. Shit, I already did. New. I like sparkling glass. So, oh my God, and Michael Green Chili Chicken got it. That's so cool.
Yay!
YouTube has been behaving lately, hasn't it? I'm just wiping down this with my tea towel here that I put my mouse on. It's all behind the scenes shit. YouTube's been really sensible lately with that shit. Makes a nice change from the drunkenness that is YouTube usually. So all right. Welcome to memberships, Michael, and there's heaps of cool members only emotes. We're going to in the next little while have probably another quiz night, members only quiz night, but at some point.
All right, are you ready to jump into the presentation?
So ready.
So ready? Okay.
So ready.
do
And butterfly high. Hi, butterfly high.
All right. So let's jump into it. So this week was it was technically week 3. But it wasn't just week 3. It was also the end for Donna. So today we're going to cover, it's technically days 7, 8, and 9, but we're going to cover a little bit of testimony, some closings, and the aftermath. So jumping right into it, we started off on Tuesday. We had a parade of the rich pals of Donna Adelson, as well as some hired guns and a little bit of weirdness. This is just a layout of the people that showed up, the witnesses. But before we dive into the day's events, we're going to talk a little bit about trial style for Georgia. Georgia wore a kind of simple, sleek black suit with horizontal black and white striped blouse with what looks to me to be kind of a sheer panel, black panel at the neckline. Now, I couldn't find any good comparisons for this outfit. It is a fairly simple outfit.
Basic and simple, classic, timeless, really iconic.
Really, yeah. So what I did instead is I looked at Sarah's trial style for day 7.
Yes.
And Sarah donned this just stunning geometric pattern skirt suit with it's either a cream or white blouse underneath. And it was really eye-catching to me. And I was able to find what I think is an exact match when I zoomed in on it and compared the two patterns. And so this is Casper is the label. I found this one on eBay currently, and I could only find the blazer. I could not find the skirt, which really kind of furthers that idea that these ladies are, finding these fantastic pieces and then keeping them, year after year. So
yes, I love it. It's on so many levels. I love it. Also, what was I going to say? Speaking of, actually, we'll get to it.
Okay.
But I happen to. All I'm going to say right now is when Sarah Dugan smiles, she is like they're both beautiful, and how someone looks doesn't matter. But oh my God, I caught a screenshot of Sarah in a candid moment during the press. The sort of impromptu presser that Georgia gave outside the courtroom, and oh wow, they're both such knockouts. It's so gorgeous, so smart. When I grow up, I want to be Georgia Kappelman and Sarah Dugan. Georgia's my age, so I guess I'm behind. That's amazing. So we can get this outfit. Do we have the lifestyle for it? But at least we know where we can find it, right?
Exactly.
Hi, Carrie.
All right. So
So
let's go.
pause for a second.
Mhm.
Steph says George's mom was there. Yes, when we get to the courtroom footage, we'll show you. She was sitting chewing gum. That's okay. I'll give her a pass because she birthed Georgia Kappelman. But yes, they're every day.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna go through some highlights of the beginning of the day for day 7. We're just gonna go over some highlights. So I mean,
Dear everyone, so sorry about the Blair Witch of it all with the screen format. We'll get there at one point. I promise. I'm moving everyone around like
oh,
a
are you okay?
nearly
I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm just shuffling the screen to fit things. So sorry about that. Carry
Okay.
on, man.
So the first thing that happened in the day was there was an outside the jury presence defensive motion for acquittal, which we expected to happen first thing in the morning that day. It didn't get acquitted, obviously. That
Weird.
yeah, right? Weird. And then we had Anne Cunningham, the friend of the Aw, Debbie. That's so cute. So that's a friend of Donna and Harvey. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say anymore. Besides the fact it's just like you can see where their friendships lie. Anyways,
Allegiances. Money will money and persuasion of a very dominant friend in your friend dynamic will get you a long way, right?
yes, exactly. And so the interesting thing I think about Anne is that she said that she talked to Donna on the day of Charlie's verdict. She said she called her, and that Donna was talking about suicide and sorry if that dings you, and that Vietnam was just a
Fuck
vacation.
YouTube.
Okay.
Sorry, YouTube, but we're not saying unalive. That's ridiculous. Suicide, yes.
Okay. And so that was a big deal. So just put that in your back pocket that happened, that she said that. And then her partner, Ron Gutterson, who's also a friend, came up and basically he said that he was going to take care of the property during their stay in Vietnam. So theoretically, it wasn't going to be a permanent stay, was his whole testimony. Although he was very obnoxious and was talking about how he had a
Au
super
contraire
funny
was my favorite.
story.
Yes. So
Yeah.
many, like, oh man.
It was awful.
In Australia, we'd say, what a bunch of wankers.
There you go. You know what? I'm fine with that. I like that. And then we had Kelsey. I don't know how to say her last name, and I don't want to try, so I'm gonna leave it at Kelsey. Lovely lady. Came in digital forensics. Basically said that there were less calls than the state had said. It wasn't much. It wasn't substantially different than what Corbett had said. Sergeant Corbett had said. But the big deal is that there were no calls from Anne on that day.
Yes. Yes. And then she got called back from her. She was en route to the airport, and they called her back to say, "Oh, must have been vibe."
Yep. So then after lunch, they called Anne back, and yeah. So then they called her back, and they were like, "Well, was it what happened?" And she's like, "Well, it was Viber or WhatsApp." And so they're like, "Well, it couldn't have been WhatsApp because WhatsApp didn't have voice option at that time." So she's like, "Oh well, it was Viber then." So okay.
And basically, the credibility of all of it, like I think the best part about these defense witnesses was the decimation of every one of them from Georgia and Sarah.
Yep.
10-10.
Absolutely. So then another friend, just
Wanker.
Yes, exactly.
He was the dinner club, wasn't he? The dinner club guy, the guy that
Yes.
Okay, we've got dinner clubs.
Yeah. And so he came up and he was also an estate lawyer, and that's basically what I took from him is he was gonna plan the estate and they wanted him to come plan their estate. And then we had Tarana Khan, who was a PI, and she was the one that went and talked to Bird, and she said that she didn't record that conversation. Basically said that Bird didn't say anything about anything that she said to the state, and said that she didn't record because she wasn't asked to record. But
Which is wild because, I mean, number one, where's your autonomy? Where's your common sense? Number two, where's your common sense? I'm going to be Charlie Adelson now. I'm going to count some things off. Number one, that's not how it's done. It's not done like that. It's just not. Yeah, wow. I wonder if she was explicitly asked not to
Right.
record.
I wonder
Yeah.
too, because then when the next guy came up, Eddie Varnes, another PI who was hired by Rashi, the previous defense, Rashi said he didn't record because Rashi told him not to record. And this PI had talked to Drina. So one talked to Bird, one talked to Drina. And neither of them recorded. So that was interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
So I have a clip during the Eddie Varnes testimony that I'll play here in a second. But we'll get through the rest of this real quick. And then we'll go to a couple of clips that I have. So we had an outside the jury's presence breach of sequestration, which was just, the defense was clearly out of their depths. I'll show you that too. So we'll show you both of those clips. And then we had a realtor. We had Dan's realtor. Didn't make a lot of sense why he was there. He was there to say that Dan took Donna and Harvey around to look at properties that they didn't end up buying.
Wasn't it 2 years before
Yeah.
the murder? Wasn't it 2012? And the guy kind of laughed. He's like, yeah, I don't know why I'm here either.
Exactly. So that didn't make a lot of sense. And then the last thing we had was Josh Turner, who was with the sheriff's department. And he brought in a video of Drina talking to Donna in jail. And basically all it showed was them sitting there talking back and forth, writing in those notebooks that
and
Drina
imagine that Drina was writing in her own notebook that she brought, but then also that it's already been testified to and proven that was Donna's handwriting on those scripts. So, okay. And they stipulated to it when we're not contesting that this is Donna's handwriting. So what are we doing here?
Exactly. It made no sense. So that was just a nothing burger. It was definitely scraping the bottom of the barrel, Okay, so let me show you a couple of clips, and we'll scoot along. So I think my first clip is we'll do the first one is the PI, which was just a funny clip that I snagged.
Isn't that, in fact, what Miss Bird said to you, not just what you claim?
No, that's exactly what she said to me.
Okay. And you've been working in this industry for how many years?
No, exactly.
The state.
Judge, the state attacked his credibility.
We're not doing speeding objections. I will ask your next question.
Would it surprise you, sir?
Oh, Judge.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
So I loved that. It was just a quick shutdown. Nothing super special, but and then let me pull up the breach. Here we go. And share this tab. It's been like a whole week and I'm forgetting stuff.
Wait, it's been like 3 days. Oh, forgetting how to StreamYard. Yes.
Yes.
Same. Welcome to my
Exactly.
world. Every fucking time. I'm like, what are we doing here? How do I do this? Like this, like this. Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So I think let me make sure. All right.
Nothing further, Your Honor?
Will this witness be recalled by either party?
He'll be retained, but he's free to go about his business.
Mr. Varnes, do not discuss your testimony with any other person. You may step down.
Sir, thank you.
Please call your next witness.
Must be a Florida thing to have blonde hair that falls in your eyes because ugh. Love the blonde, hate the fall in your eyes.
Oh, and that tapping, I think it's the judge.
Yeah, I think so too. Because he was typing when he was typing out the was it the charging conference? You could hear
Yeah,
him.
Please raise
exactly.
your hand. Do you
He's
swear
like me.
or affirm the testimony you're
Heavy-handed.
about to give will be the truth?
Not fast,
You
but
may
heavy.
take your seat.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Attorneys can approach briefly for 1 moment.
Okay, so like he sits down and then they approach. And during the time it's like you're sitting here like, why are they approaching right now? And nobody called to approach. It was the judge that did it. So it's like, what's going on? So they approach and then I'm just gonna skip a little bit because it's here.
I gotta
And
say,
then-
it's always interesting to see what the witnesses look like. You know me. I'll say it again. I only ever listen.
So then they sent the jury out.
Donna, your ear canals. Are you sure? Are you sure? Oh yeah, there we go.
And Judge E is not looking thrilled.
Ever. Fuck this shit, he says.
Everyone can be seated. Sir, I'm going to need you to step down from the witness stand. And step
Oh,
out
this
the
was
back.
he was in the courtroom, huh?
Yeah, this is the
Right.
first breach.
Oh,
The first
okay.
breach.
Okay.
Once the rule of sequestration is invoked, it applies equally to both parties. How long was he sitting in the back of the courtroom watching the defense case?
I was not aware he was here, Your Honor. Our assistant was trying to find him.
Fulford.
I went in the hallway looking for him. I didn't see him before we called the witness that he sat in here for. She sent him a text message asking him where he was because we were concerned he was not here, and that was
Hi,
about
Zach.
1:30.
Yes.
I believe, based on speaking to my assistant, that he was present during all or part of Ms. Khan's testimony, which is completely unrelated to his very limited scope in this case.
State, do you wish to be heard? What's that? What is the substance of the testimony to be offered?
The substance of the testimony is a home search with Mr. and Mrs. Adelson and Dan Markel.
He's a realtor, Your Honor.
Bailiff has informed me that he was present for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not entirely sure how this testimony would relate to other matters that we've gone over.
To anything.
I need a moment to determine if the witness should be permitted to testify. We'll take a brief break. 10 minutes.
Okay, so basically they come back and it's a nothing burger. He lets him testify.
Because the testimony is irrelevant.
Exactly.
regardless, and relates to nothing else in the whole, like, it's that bottom of the barrel shit, right?
Exactly. It's just such a nothing burger that the judge is like, I don't care. But he's pissed and he does not like that they did this. And what he does later is he's like, okay, at the end of the day, he says to the defense, okay, make sure that all of your witnesses understand the rule of sequestration. He tells them and reminds them. So again, that's another thing to keep in your back pocket. Micah.
LWOPed. Not yet, but she will. It'll be life without parole plus 30 or 60. So that sucks to be Donna. Suck it. That's Juju Slay. Hey, Juju Slay, but on X. Thank you. Hi, X friends. Good to see you. Come on over the tubes, Juju. All right, what we got the next day?
All right. So the next day we had decision day for Donna. We got to meet Sheriff Google. Even though the
I
jury
still don't
didn't-
understand. I don't still understand whether that's a real name or is that like
That's his name.
I can't. My brain
It
can't wrap
is.
my head around it.
I love it. I think it was Llama that actually looked him up and saw that he's a real person. I love it. And so then let's see. And then basically this day was just chaos. It was sidebars, lawyers, absolute 5 minutes. I need more time, etc., etc., etc. So let's before we jump into what happened during the day, we'll take a look at Georgia trial style. Today it seems that she came outfitted for the safari that she was on and taming the beast that she had on the stand. But really, that's just to say that girl looked like she was ready for a jungle, but it was just a glamorous jungle.
I loved it so much. The belt, I was like, oh, I went through a phase.
know.
I go through phases, and I went through a phase of when I was tiny of wearing. I still wear my shirt tucked in all the time, but it's not a vibe. It's just not for in the public. But I have so many belts because for so long, belts. I love it.
Absolutely. It was really good. It was great. However, I couldn't find a direct fit that matched her outfit. I found some similar ones, but nothing with the same pocket structure. The closest that I did find was this vintage Porsche Safari jacket that was on Etsy. That's the closest. If anybody does get like a real interview with her and doesn't want to just try and get her to talk about stuff she's not allowed to talk about, I would love to know about her fashion shopping habits and stuff like that.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I've wanted to interview Georgia for the longest time, but we'll have to wait until after at least Wendy's trial, which is coming.
Exactly. All right. So then let's take a look at some highlights. First, we had the outside the jury's presence. They weren't, basically the defense wasn't able to get a hold of a witness. They said it was because they were told that the witness was no longer available after talking to their higher ups, basically. So Sheriff Google came in. Sorry.
No, I
to
can't.
proffer.
It can't be real life.
It is. He's great. And so he came in to proffer, and he was basically like, all we did was we talked to our legal department, and the legal department said that she is not required to talk to them, but she can.
Can't make her.
Yeah,
Yes.
but she can, and she was available if they wanted to. So that's basically it there. And then Kristen Adamson came on. She said she was Wendy's former attorney. And basically she said it wasn't that bad, but in the end, Dan was the bad guy. And then we had another breach. So we will be showing that here in a second. And you can see just how happy Judge was about that. And then we had Linda Bailey, an expert in family law, who said it wasn't that bad and Georgia was amazing. So we'll be showing that testimony, or at least the cross on that.
Just the cross.
And then we had an outside the jury's presence defense was hearing a lot of complaints or a lot of reactions from the gallery, they said. And that became a theme throughout the day, that they were complaining about that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just sighing because stalling tactics and just weird shit. And the only person sitting directly to Josh Zellman's right shoulder was Harvey.
Right.
So I didn't see him being audible. He was just being a puppet.
I did kind of wonder if what they were hearing was Harvey making noise. I was wondering that.
100%.
So I'm going to show the the breech clip, and then I was thinking we could show the cross because I have a bunch of like fun things reactions, but I don't want them to give away what happened. So
Well, I've got the cross pulled up ready to go, so that works perfectly well.
okay, so I'll show my clip, then we'll
Yes.
go to your clips or your cross stuff, and then we'll come back to the presentation after that, and we'll continue on from there. So let me
Yes.
pull this up. I'm gonna do share this tab.
What are you doing,
Yes.
Buster? What are you doing over there being gross?
Well,
I'm trying to be
now,
professional.
now he's gonna come over there and be gross.
Mm.
Hot from the presses from our very capable court reporter. Does everyone review the transcript at this point?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please make your argument.
Judge, I mean, I think it's clear from the totality of this that I am agreeing for their experts to review the testimony of other experts, and that in reference to lay witnesses, experts are not going to listen to the testimony of lay witnesses.
Mr. Zellman.
Judge, on page 62, we specifically said Linda Bailey would like to be able to observe Kristen Adamson's testimony when she testifies. And then I addressed our forensic expert to share the transcript of Sergeant Corbett's testimony. Certainly, I see later where we're discussing as the lay witnesses, page 63, starting lines 11 through 14, as to the lay witnesses, so other than Linda Bailey and Kelsey Y, to be able to observe witnesses. We were not asking for that.
As to both the context and the discussion is concerned, an adverse expert listening or reviewing or listening to the testimony of the other expert. Ms. Adamson was called as a part of your case in chief. Ms. Bailey is being called in your case in chief. As an expert, the state never agreed to what is being discussed now.
Fair.
Judge,
Why should this witness be permitted to testify? Mr. Zellman?
Judge, the prior page specifically says that
Judge.
Linda Bailey would like to be able to observe Kristen Adamson's testimony when she testifies.
You brought this up, yes, but the state made no agreement as to anything but an adverse expert as to observation of testimony that would otherwise go to the rule of sequestration.
Judge, with respect to the context and the statements, we were obviously asking that.
It's in black and white. I know what he asked. What happened though is the opposite of that. As to that, what is your argument now?
Your Honor, exclusion of a witness is an extreme remedy, as you recognized previously. We took the court's this conversation to authorize Ms. Bailey to be present during Kristen Adamson's testimony. And that is what we advised the witness when we spoke with her later in the week. But for this conversation, we would not.
But Judge specifically said like 12 hours prior. I
can see your brain trying to work around what he's saying. Don't.
Did Judge Everett stutter or like what are we doing here? And Zellman knows they fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't think
they just try to get away with stuff is my thought.
Hey man,
Or
they're the fucking worst. They're incompetence.
Yeah. Yep.
Simi, Ruth's already written a book. It's called The Unveiling. I've read it. I've listened to it. It's yeah. She might write another one, I suppose. But yeah, it's out there. It's on Audible if you like audiobooks. I do.
This is the second time in this trial where a defense witness has been in the courtroom inappropriately in violation of the rule of sequestration. When this was addressed at sidebar, you brought up the topic, but the state only agreed as it related to your expert reviewing an adverse expert, their expert's testimony. That has not been the case today. Why hadn't you not been more careful with this individual, or even brought up
Drop a
this topic
Judge E in the
to
chat
make
if you
sure
love
we
Judge
knocked it
Everett.
up in this point in place?
Judge, we thought we adequately addressed it last week during the sidebar.
No.
Mrs. Cappleman, what are you asking for?
Seeking exclusion, Your Honor.
As to exclusion, what is your argument?
That this is not the first time this has happened, that this issue was addressed.
There you
in the
go.
sidebar, the ruling was
Perfect.
clear that witnesses, that our experts would be permitted to.
I stand
listen to
corrected.
Only in that circumstance and that particular exclusion, which we're all familiar with in the rules, the other side's experts. So I'm just a little miffed that here we are. I didn't ask for any exclusion the first time,
Hey, Natalie.
or really any remedy, but
It's
did
already
admonish
real.
the defense to not let it.
Sorry, I just realized there's Georgia's mom. We were going to point her out.
Ah, yes. She's behind Ruth Markel, directly behind it. Oh no, right, sorry. She's got the blonde. She's to Ruth's right on the screen with the blonde hair and the.
Yeah.
She's got a.
Oh,
Oh,
here
she's
we
got a beautiful blazer, a jacket. Is it a jacket over the top of her blouse? Yes, it would be because
Yeah, I don't know. If
she's
you
the
can see
Queen
my-
Mother. Yes, I
Ooh.
can. She's the Queen Mother, so of course she's impeccably dressed. Also,
Happened again, and now it's happened again.
Sorry.
So, does the state get a fair trial too? Do we get a remedy?
And then
When
Harvey,
it's the second
ooh,
time it's
schlumping.
violated, I think it's appropriate. So,
As you pointed, the state being a fair trial, Mrs. Cappleman, the court is bound by rulings of the Supreme Court and the appellate courts. I don't need to make it up on the fly. There, clearly, this has happened twice. Moving to exclusion, again, is the most extreme remedy.
Judge, if I may.
Judge, pause. Look at his face.
You
His eyebrows won't go up any further. He's like, "What the fuck?" And
I know. It's great.
He's
It's
great.
like I also love how he's like he keeps putting out there, he's like, this is the second time. This is the second time. Hey y'all,
Yeah.
this is the second time.
Steph says, "I love Sarah's green blazer. I believe that's the jacket. That's the suit that Sarah wore for opening statements for Charlie's
Yeah.
trial."
Yeah, I was going back and I was looking, I don't remember what I was looking at, but I was trying to find something else the other day and I saw her in that and I was like, oh, I love it.
It's one of my favorite colors, that emerald green.
Mhm.
For wearing, for me,
Fair
not in things, but just for wearing. I'm basically Sarah Dugan.
Exclusion of the witness. Court may exclude witness only if it finds that the testimony of the challenged witness was substantially affected by the testimony to be heard, to the extent that his testimony differed from what it would have been had he not heard testimony in violation of this rule.
Which
Absent
is why I believe you wanted Ms. Bailey to listen to Ms. Adams' testimony in the first place.
sorry,
You wanted Ms. Bailey specifically to
No,
listen to Ms.
Hedda.
Adams' testimony for a
Hedda.
reason.
our expert requested, yes.
Almost.
As it relates to what you just read in that passage.
Zelma's got the yellow
Experts that were
phone book.
witness testimony somehow would have changed. the effect.
I think the only
He's
way
got the
to
book.
determine that is to
Oh, the things I miss when I'm just listening. He's got the law book. Oh, I got tears in my eyes. Oh.
speak with Ms. Bailey concerning.
Go.
I just have to point out, look at Jackie this whole time. She is so pissed off. She looks like she's just like sinking farther into her chair and just
Their
like
suits.
so mad.
Oh, so good.
Her testimony.
Ms. Bailey come to the witness stand so that Crawford can be taken on this matter. After that, I will step down.
The book.
If we review what I need and make a ruling.
Okay, lady, let's fucking go. Nice bag.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or
Yeah,
affirm the testimony
he's
you're
better.
about to give will be the truth?
I do.
Please
Oh,
proceed.
okay.
You may inquire for the purposes of the proffer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am. Can you please introduce yourself to the court?
Okay.
Yes, my name is Linda Bailey.
We don't.
Do you want to skip the proffer? There's some gold in the proffer.
Okay. Proffer.
Are you sure?
Go. I trust you complicitly and implicitly.
Okay.
And Ms. Bailey, were you retained as an expert on behalf of the defendant, Donna Adelson, in this case?
I was.
Specifically in what area?
The scope of my requested testimony was to evaluate the divorce docket, pleadings, motions, orders, etc., in the Adelson-Markel divorce, and to opine whether or not the divorce would be exceptionally contentious or unusual within the context of a family law case.
In the course of preparing for your testimony, can you briefly summarize what you reviewed?
Yes, the primary source that I reviewed was the family law pleadings, motions, notices, orders that were provided in a prior litigation in this matter. I think it was an exhibit from the state which detailed all of the pleadings in the family law folder. So that was my primary source. Then other than that, I spoke to Ms. Adamson for about an hour a couple of weeks ago just to confirm
Somebody give the woman a clip.
And I have known Kristen for 40 years. We went to law school together. And I know how she practices. I practice against her.
Put it behind your ear.
I had some ideas about the lack of strength of Mr. Markel's motions. And she agreed. I read her prior testimony in one of the other trials. I think it was Charlie Adelson's trial.
So she and the other lady are besties. So anything she has to say that is, she has nothing that would go against her bestie,
No. I want to say one thing. I did very much like her blazer. I thought it was gorgeous with that fine piping down the seam of the breast line. Glorious. Love it. Very stylish. It's the only thing I like about it. Like the only thing.
Well, that's nice. I'm glad you found something you liked about her.
Yeah, like Steph said in one of our Stephanie blah 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 said in a comment on, I think on my video or like clip or short of Donna's guilty verdict. Yes, she said, I try to find something nice to say about each person. And I do think that Donna's hair is a beautiful white color. I'm like, yeah, same. Begrudgingly, I've been thinking how glorious it is. But other than that, she's a vile demon.
All right.
Reviewed some exhibits, but they weren't very helpful to me. They were, one of the officers had done some sort of a PowerPoint presentation with faces and arrows and timestamps for communication, and I don't even know why those were provided. I didn't take anything from those. I reviewed.
Did you review some emails?
I reviewed texts and
she was buffering
emails.
there.
So I reviewed emails between Donald Adelson and Wendi Adelson. There were a couple between Donna Adelson and Charlie Adelson that were much later, but they happened to be in the tranche of documents that I had. I reviewed text messages between Wendi Adelson and Dan Markel. I read some text messages between Donna Adelson and Wendi as well.
And in preparing for trial, in this case, did you request court authorization to sit in on the testimony of Kristen Adamson?
I did.
And why was that?
Just to confirm that I have the facts correct.
I love you guys.
And I did.
And
so she had to sit in to make sure she had everything correct. So, I mean, that kind of proves that she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. If she has to sit in on somebody else's testimony to make sure she knows what the hell she's talking about, I'm just saying.
Right. And then she proceeds within her testimony in her direct examination to say, like Ms. Adamson said, like she said, okay, girl.
You sat this morning through Ms. Adamson's testimony.
I did.
To what extent, if any, is your proposed testimony impacted or affected by the testimony you heard from Ms. Adamson?
It was very consistent with what I believe the facts to be, so it didn't change what my
I
opinion.
believe. That's
Proper
always
first
good to
Brooks
qualify.
Crawford.
Pause,
Yeah,
Ms. What the
then
fuck?
an examination.
Also, Nicholas Ticholas is camping at the moment. But Nick, if you're here and if you're watching, love to hear your thoughts on Josh Zellman's attire today. I don't know, man. Your thoughts and chat, all of you. But Nick is our resident men's fashion expert. Okay, Georgia, what you got?
For the purpose of the proffer.
You said it was very consistent with what you knew before. Was there anything new that you learned from Ms. Adamson today that you had not learned
She's gonna hand
previously
you
in
the
your
book.
preparations?
She's got her hands in her pockets.
No, Your Honor.
She's
Please
got her
step
hands in
down,
her
Miss Bailey.
pockets. She's so good. I love Georgia so much.
Return
I
in a
don't
few
like her
minutes.
bag.
Okay, there's gonna be a break. I have to skip forward to the break. Sorry, because we're
Yeah, it's okay.
since we're going right off to Tallahassee Democrat because
Yes.
they don't have any weird things.
We like no tickers. And then I've got the trial channel for the cross because it was easy to find.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. This is what we do. Nick, here, wait. Oh, Nick, go. Nick's fashion corner.
Love that.
Thanks.
Concerning this issue of the testimony of Linda Bailey, the court is going to find there has been a second violation of the rule of sequestration by the defendant. The matter that was discussed at sidebar brought up the issue of the witness sitting in court. However, the state made no agreement beyond an
Yes, Nina.
adverse expert listening to the testimony or reviewing the testimony of their expert. With no other ruling being made on the issue, Ms. Bailey should have not sat in the courtroom. The test for determining whether a court may properly exclude
Mind-blowing.
the testimony of a witness for violating the rule of sequestration is whether the testimony of the challenged witness was substantially affected by the testimony that the witness heard, to the extent the witness's testimony differed from what it would have been had the witness not heard the testimony. And this is citing to a Florida Supreme Court case, Steinhorst versus State, 412 2nd 332. The same test also applies to expert witnesses who violate the rule. Concerning the proffer, the witness has indicated that in preparation for her testimony, she reviewed materials provided by the state. She reviewed testimony from the same witness from prior trials, and ultimately her opinions, whatever they may be, to be offered, have not been affected. As a member of the bar, I am going to give credibility to what Mrs. Bailey has stated concerning these matters, as I have no other evidence to the contrary. Although the state has asked for exclusion of this witness, this being a second violation, it still remains inappropriate. Concerning how the jury is to be instructed at the end of the trial as to this
Correct.
testimony specifically, if the state is asking for instruction for how the jury is to weigh the credibility of Ms. Bailey or the previous witness who is subject to the rule of sequestration, I believe they are entitled to based on the circumstances of this matter. Does either party need to be heard further?
As long as the instruction that the court is going to give the statesman, specifically be asking for, ask the jury to determine whether the witness's testimony was impacted by what they observed.
We can wrangle over the language at a later point.
I have no objection as long as we can agree on the lecture.
Maybe he could try
Please
Jackie's
bring in the
suits on. I
jurors.
feel like Fulford's suits might fit Zellman better than. No, also agree, Michael. No shame on cheeseburgers. Yesterday, sidebar, I decided to go to McDonald's on my way home from work because I needed to use the bathroom more than anything. I'm like, you know what? I'll just get a little cheeseburger. They're only very small these days, like inflation. And so I'm like, I don't want to, like, why is one cheeseburger $5.50? Fuck that. Surely a meal would be cheaper. I'll just get like a Happy Meal or something. And I'm like, I couldn't find the Happy Meal on the screens because technology. So I found Mega Meals. And then I was like, oh, here's a cheeseburger meal. It's only $6.95 for a fries and a drink. Looks like there was a picture of 2 cheeseburgers. And I was like, wonder why they got the 2 there. I got 2 cheeseburgers, a small fries, and a small Fanta for $6.95 Australian, which is like $5 US. Stoked. That was my second lunch.
That sounds like so much money. I'm so sorry.
So much money. Why?
But-
How much is a cheeseburger meal in America?
I have no idea. Sorry. that just sounded like a lot of money to me. I'm sure that
It is a lot of money. Mackey's in Australia seems way overpriced. Yeah, man. If you
Okay.
want to buy a large Big Mac meals, Nina, a large, which is like, if you were, I think it's like $17 Australian.
Jesus.
Record scratched.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like my natural record scratch right there. That's like in eesh. Okay.
Carrie says $10.99, which is straight. It's about the same. I think it's probably. I'm probably exaggerating. It's probably $16, and $10.99 US is like $15 Australian. So it's about the same. We're a long way from everywhere, so things are more expensive. Anyway,
I think I'm dating myself in the fact that I have not been out in a hot minute to fast food, or I haven't bought in fast food in a hot minute. It's been a bit. Sorry.
but you also don't eat carbs, right? You're
don't.
keto, so you would have
am.
to get a naked cheeseburger, which is
Yep.
cheese and meat, which would be delicious. But anyway, okay, we digress. Shall we go into the cross? Thanks for indulging us. Beg the court's indulgence. Thanks, chat.
All right.
All right. So now this reminds me. If you don't have, if you have TikTok, please can you go and give me a follow? I'm the fastest growing fashion trend on TikTok. I'm not, but I have had some ridiculously exponential growth in the last week and a half. Like I've got like 470 something views on my tiny little channel content. So get over there, support a Shorty. Maybe I'm a TikToker. IDK. But I digress. It's Miss Shorty 69. I can't. People think that I'm just some. Oh, I was going to say like some weirdo sus creep who goes on about 69, but
they wouldn't
why
be
isn't
wrong.
he? They wouldn't be wrong. But also, it's a funny number. Come on now. I'm trying here. Okay,
You're doing great. You have to unmute
Oh, it's
it.
muted.
Verbose. They were hyperbolic. He used a lot of inflammatory language. But when you really looked closely at his requests of the court, they were
okay, lady.
There was no there. There was no foundation for his asks.
Nothing further, Aye.
Thank God.
Cross-exam.
Now, time for the fire. The reason why I remembered about the TikTok thing now is because I have a TikTok. There's some cool little things you can do, little effects and stuff on TikTok when you're making the videos. They're so easy. The shorts, whatever they're called, TikToks. What's your TikTok user info? Holly, that's so official. It's Miss_Shorty_69. You're welcome. But Georgia comes in hot now, and I used a fire spiral to come around Georgia. Thanks, Ms. What the fuck? I used a fire spiral. Anyway, go and check my content out. One of the shorts has got one of the TikToks. They're called TikToks. Has got like 178,000 views. I'm just saying, like I'm a TikToker. I'm an influencer. I'm not. So we got the trial channel.
What is
Thanks,
it you were
girl.
asked to do in this case?
I was asked to review the documents I was given and to opine about whether this was truly a highly contentious custody case, essentially.
And why would your opinion about whether it was a highly contentious custody case matter?
Sorry, Georgia.
Well, that's for somebody else to decide. I mean, I've done.
Okay, pause. Georgia clearly, throughout the direct examination of this witness, was with her hair. It sleeks. It gets more sleek by the time the end of this cross-examination, but the near literal pulling her hair out at the lunacy and ridiculousness of this direct testimony. What do you think, Ms. What the fuck?
Oh, I think you're exactly correct. You could almost do like a, moment by moment or witness by witness picture of her hair as it went by and see how it just got wilder and wilder. It's amazing. And then you see her throughout this. She'll put her hands in her hair, like you see her wanting to grab a handful out. Too funny.
Wait, you might have pause. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. You might have seen. Hang on, walk and talk chat. Walk and talk. I did a little compilation thing. Not a compilation, a collage. That's the word. What am I saying with my life? Nobody knows why. I can't do it. Why? It says now your channel. God damn, so confusing having all these.
I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. How about I pull that up?
Yes.
On my side.
Sorry, it's my first day chat. Sorry.
2,000 cases, or give or take 100 on each side, and I think I have a pretty good judge of where this falls as far as contentiousness.
Sure, but you're somebody that has vast experience with a ton of divorces, right?
Sure.
The parties only have experience with one divorce, right?
I don't know how many they have experience with.
So
but
isn't
sure.
the contentiousness in the eye of the beholder, in the sense that to you it might not seem like a big deal, but to the parties it might be the most important thing in the whole wide world? Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Ms. Kappelman, Ms. Bailey, wait for the question, wait for the answer. Do not speak over each other.
Do you agree that
Judges.
a case as a lawyer might be routine, whereas to the parties it's the most important thing in the world?
To some degree, that's one reason I called Kristen, is Ms. Adelson, in particular, of the lawyers in our community of the family law bar, is extremely measured and calm. And I find that when I litigate against her, we reach resolutions, that people stay measured and calm, and we get things done. She's not one of the other lawyers in town who may stir cases up or play on those emotions. So our job as lawyers is to explain to our clients when we get emotion. If I get something, for example, that, although I've never had something similar to what Mr. Markel would file, the immediate response is to call your client and go, I know you're going to read this at first glance, so it's going to seem messy. But there's no legal basis for this, so don't worry. And my understanding is that is what she communicated to Wendi.
And when you communicate these things to your clients, hey, this is no big deal, this is no problem, this is a bunch of gibberish, do they always accept that?
Well, that's not the way I would present it.
You're just losing your ever-loving mind.
Do they ever get upset about the gibberish in the pleadings, the offensive materials in the pleadings, regardless of whether or not it's going to impact their chance of success in court? It can be emotionally charged, can it?
I would say in a way more than emotionally charged.
You would not say that divorce and child custody issues are emotionally charged?
They can be, but in this case, they weren't.
They weren't? How do you know?
From the pleadings, because I don't have 10,000 pages in front of me.
You're not in the mind of the people whose lives are impacted by these pleadings. It's not just about pieces of paper and a binder, is it?
I don't think that's what I said.
People's lives are impacted by the decisions that go on in court, which for you are routine. Would you agree?
You can't agree.
In this instance, they reached agreement on all issues, so they had complete control of what was coming out of the court.
Ma'am, could you please answer my question? Are people's lives impacted in drastic ways by routine matters that we see in court as lawyers?
People's lives change after divorce, certainly.
So, like, I may think I've got a bag of stinky garbage, but the garbage man might not think it's stinky at all. Do you get the reference?
I don't.
She's breathless with her
What
frustration.
is no big deal to us is a big deal to these litigants, right? You can't agree with that. You can't agree with that. Strike the question.
Great little TikTok.
You were asked.
So good.
Let me ask you this.
Damn, Georgia. Georgia's like, fuck, man.
Have you ever had people get murdered or commit suicide based on the issues that are going on in your family law litigation?
I've never had anyone murdered. I had in one instance a Middle Eastern person committed suicide just because there was a divorce, and that was shameful. So nothing was lit. It was literally the day after the petition was filed, and he had threatened, if you file, I'm going to kill myself, and indeed he did.
She
And
sounds
to
like
you,
a piece
divorce
of
is not
shit.
shameful, is it?
To me, divorce is not shameful.
Divorce is not a basis to commit suicide, is it?
Not according to me, but I didn't grow up in Iran or wherever this custom or feeling.
Exactly, Ms. Bailey. To
Right.
that person, it was a reason to commit suicide, right?
Apparently so.
Aren't these issues raised in these pleadings potential fuel to make people upset?
Potential fuel to possibly make people upset.
Yes, ma'am. For example, you were asked about what we've called the grandma motion. You say, oh, it's no big deal. It wouldn't be granted. It was buried in there. But the allegation is grandma is disparaging me to these kids and I won't tolerate it, right? Couldn't that be upsetting to grandma?
You'd have to ask grandma.
Exactly.
It shouldn't have been. There was no proof,
It shouldn't have been in your opinion.
in my opinion.
But in your opinion, divorce is no reason to commit suicide, right?
True.
Georgia hates this woman so much.
Gibbers,
girl.
according to the evidence in this case, means Jew in boots. It's not a flattering term by that definition or by your definition of someone that speaks gibberish. Can we agree it's not a flattering term?
No, it's probably not flattering, but I've seen far, far worse.
You've seen worse.
I have.
If Mr. Markel wasn't paying by the deadline, isn't that something that would be potentially upsetting to the parties or their family members?
Breathe.
I don't know how upsetting $80,000 would be. I don't know.
$80,000 is a lot of money, isn't it, Miss Bailey?
Depends on who you are.
Exactly. So we'd have to ask the parties, right? Right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think on that issue, he clearly had the asset. So at the end of the day, he was going to pay. It was just a matter of jumping through hoops to get the money.
He was either going to pay or he was going to get sanctioned by the court or he was going to end up in jail, right?
I don't see any possibility he was going to end up in jail.
Okay, well, you sat in the courtroom during Ms. Adamson's testimony,
I did.
didn't you? And Ms. Adamson said that that was one alternative, an extreme alternative, obviously, but that's what contempt means, right?
But that
Ultimately.
wouldn't even come into play until the motion for enforcement, and then he didn't abide by that, and then the judge asked him to do something else, and then he didn't abide by that. But I think jail was pretty far-fetched.
Well, as long as he pays.
She reminds me of
Ultimately, the
Bukkake.
teeth is-
She reminds me of Bukkake. Does she remind
Adamson
you
was
guys of
incorrect on
Bukkake?
that point, I guess.
Objection, Your Honor, that question will strike.
I'll rephrase it.
Was
Was
the objection done?
It's never a comment on the witness's testimony.
Please rephrase your question.
I said Ms. Adamson was incorrect on that point when she said jail was a potential option. Is that correct?
Well, I could break it down. There's two different matters in that financial motion on October 31st. One was the $70,000 still due to Wendi. Jail is not a possibility, but you don't send people to jail for failure to pay money. We don't do that. The $10,000 in fees to Kristen was more debatable because that could have been in the specter of support. And if you don't pay alimony or child support after repeated chances, I guess you could say, jail might be an option, but there's always a purge to that. So I've seen many times in child support, if you don't pay child support, then the judge says, bailiff, get, Mr. So-and-so or whatever. And then all of a sudden he comes up with money out of his pocket and he pays, he never goes to jail. So you always have the key to the jail when you owe a support obligation. So technically, if he wanted to go to jail rather than pay Kristen the $10,000, eventually there may have been a hearing where that happened. I've seen one person in my career go to jail over child support.
Good question, Steph. Hard hitting.
Right, because they pay because they don't want to go to jail. If there was no jail and no consequences, they would never pay, right?
Some people wouldn't. And that's just support. There's no jail consequence to the $70,000 to Wendi. There was only the $10,000 to Kristen. That could have possibly remotely been a possibility.
Did you see evidence in this case of Wendi taking her mother's suggestions, cutting and pasting
wipe that
them
nose,
into an email
bitch.
as her own?
Sorry,
and then
I've always got
forwarding
tissues.
those
No
questions to
shade.
Ms. Adamson.
No, I didn't see that.
And did you see in your review of the evidence in this case, Ms. Adamson responding to those questions and Wendi then forwarding those answers to her mother?
I don't recall that. I don't recall seeing that.
Did you review the communications from Donna Adelson, both in the form of email and text messages, that suggest that she was in fact extremely disappointed and upset about the outcome of the relocation motion?
I did. In probably the 5 days after the relocation, which was, say, 4 weeks before the ultimate settlement in July, there were a flurry of emails where she was obviously upset.
Did you review Mrs. Adelson's communications after July 31st that
Nina.
suggest she's consistently still upset about this?
I wasn't provided.
So you were, I'm sorry, finish your answer.
You weren't provided any?
I wasn't provided after the flurry, right after the relocation, before the final judgment was entered in July of 2013. After July 2013, I don't recall seeing any emails from Miss Donna Adelson about relocation.
Did you see any emails from her at all post settlement?
Not until.
I wonder if the state will call Ms. Bailey in Wendy's trial, or if the defense will.
Maybe December. It was a while. October, maybe.
Okay.
Several months.
If Dan Markel had agreed to the relocation post denial, post stipulation, post, it could still happen, right? I mean, if he agrees, it could happen.
Sure, if he agreed, she could have relocated.
All right. And if he was murdered, it could happen, right?
Obviously.
Obviously.
So you categorized Dan Markel's pleadings in a lot of different ways: baseless, untrue, unenforceable, gibberish, nonsense, suggestion of unethical filings on the part of his lawyer to sign off on them. Are you saying, I think what you're saying is that those things wouldn't amount to much in court because there's not really effective filings. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is his motions post July 31st were not based in the law. And I don't think that allegations about accounts he knew of not being on an early filed financial affidavit would amount to fraud. And it certainly wouldn't excuse him not paying what he was supposed to pay under the terms of the court order. And the motions related, the motion in March 26th related to parenting, he was trying to enforce things that weren't in the marital settlement agreement. There was no court order to make her do the things he wanted her to do. So there's no basis for the court to have granted his motion.
Right, so they weren't going to be successful. It's your opinion, they weren't going to be successful.
Yes, that's my opinion.
But would you agree that the things he was putting in there are inflammatory?
I would agree that they were inflammatory.
And they potentially could make the parties or their relatives upset to read those pleadings and those inflammatory accusations.
Sure, nobody wants to read those allegations, true or not, about themselves in a public record.
You were shown a bunch of binders on a case. That case has nothing to do with this case, right?
No, it was a relocation case.
Right. And that case, was anybody murdered in that case?
No, her hair.
Okay, so
Ma'am.
if somebody had been murdered in that case, there might have been a lot less paper, right? Case would have been shorter if somebody had gotten murdered, wouldn't it, Miss Bailey?
2 weeks, Michael. I'm giving it 2 weeks.
And if
Tops.
our case, we
For
hadn't
Wendy's
had a
arrested.
murder, we might have a lot more paper in our case, wouldn't we?
No, because the divorce was over in July.
Divorce was over in July, but they kept filing papers, didn't they?
Well, and the case was set for hearing May 15th, 2014. So the motion that Ms. Adamson filed in October, and the motion that Mr. Markel filed in February, and then the motion he filed in March, were all set for hearing May 15th. And then Mr. Markel amped it up again, and on May 5th, he filed the motion that accused Kristen of fraud. So she had to withdraw, so they had to move that motion. So had that not been filed, they would have had a resolution on May 15th.
Oh, Kristen, you mean Kristen, the
How do you
witness
know it was going to go
before?
on May 15th? Could have gotten continued for any zillion different reasons, couldn't it?
It was set for May 15th, and it was noticed for May 15th.
Set for May 15th, but at the time of Dan Markel's murder, litigation was still ongoing in this case. Yes? Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
even after that was resolved, there would be nothing stopping them from having a bunch of other time-sharing issues or whatever come up, and they might have ended up with reams of paper, right?
Overruled, the witness has provided an opinion. The state will cross-examine.
Thank you, Judge Everett. As
I
always.
guess my response to that would be, I think it would have been to Wendy's benefit to proceed with those hearings, because nothing makes someone stop filing nonsense pleadings and motions better than having them ordered to pay the other side's attorney's fees. So had they gone to the hearing on May 15th, and had Wendi have been successful, he would have very likely had to pay Wendy's attorney's fees. And I really encourage my clients in these situations to take it to hearing.
Right,
So
right.
once the other side,
I think she likes being an attorney, right?
And made to pay your fees, then they tend to back off.
But
So
that hadn't happened yet.
it had not happened yet.
And we'll never know when that was going to happen because we never got to that point, right?
Clearly,
Because he was murdered.
clearly.
May I have a moment to confer, Judge?
Go ahead. Redirect examinations.
Pause. Let's I'm gonna slow that down to real time because it's on 1.25. And I haven't been putting much music to my TikToks and my reels, my shorts, YouTube shorts. But I put some music to this one. I can't play it because it's got music, but check it out. It's on my YouTube shorts feed and TikTok. Fuck. I'm such a weirdo.
Had to pay Wendy's attorney's fees. And I really encourage my clients in these situations to take it to hearing. So once the other side gets kind of slapped down, if you will, by the court and made to pay your fees, then they tend to back off. So
But that hadn't happened yet.
it had not happened yet.
And we'll never know when that was going to happen because we never got to that point, right?
Clearly.
Because he was murdered.
Clearly.
Ooh,
Can I have a moment?
powerful.
Judge?
Ahead.
Right, Your Honor.
Redirect examination.
Briefly, Your Honor.
All right, Zellman. How much more is that? Let's listen to Zellman to see how he recovers from that because
Ms. Bailey, you sat through Kristen Adamson's testimony earlier today,
I
correct?
did.
Did that
I
in any way
did.
influence your testimony here this morning?
No. There was no information.
Nothing further.
Will this witness be recalled at any point?
KK babe. KK babe.
Potentially, Your Honor. But she's free to go about her business.
You remain under subpoena. Please not discuss your testimony with any other witness in this matter. Have a good day.
Have a good day, ma'am. Oh, wait.
Everyone can be seated.
Thanks, Judge. What do you got for us? What do you got for us?
Any discussion that needs to take place concerning whether the defendant will
Zellman's nostrils are
testify
massive.
that's going to occur during the extended lunch break at this point. Are there any other matters that we need to address?
Judge, I'm still hearing reactions from the gallery under my right shoulder during witness testimony. I heard it
Harvey,
again
shut
after
the fuck
court,
up.
cautioning gallery again. I don't know what steps the court needs to take in order for that to stop, but the fact remains that they're doing this in front of the jury could have an impact on the jury and could impact my client's right to a fair trial.
Well, this is a public trial. I cannot clear the courtroom. However, who do believe you heard making comments or in some way doing something that was intended to distract the jury? That person can be removed or be able to identify them.
They're behind me, Your Honor. No, all I can identify is just coming over my right shoulder.
Please be seated. I want to make this crystal clear for everyone who is observing the trial today. Should I, or
Harvey?
the bailiffs, in any way notice that you are engaged in a disruptive behavior that is intended to improperly influence the jury, you are going to be removed from the trial and
Georgia.
subject to contempt. I cannot make this any clearer at this point. Please report back at 2:15.
Thanks, Judge.
Once the jurors are assembled, we
Love
will
you, sir.
continue with the trial.
I don't want to
Mr.
interrupt you.
Sclazo, I believe, is still to be called by the defense.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Scalzo and Ms. Newhouse are slated.
Okay, mate. Zellman, bye. Okay, bye. So that now I just want to excuse me, clear my throat, ready for a TED talk. Michael says, I'm with you on Georgia. If anybody to Ms. What the fuck, if anybody can get Wendi, it's her. I hope you're right. So, Michael, because I don't know how long you've been following this whole prosecution process of all of the co-conspirators, but Wendy's 1 quadrillion% going to be arrested. I'm staking I'm sticking a pin in it. I'm dying on that hill. I think it'll be within 2 weeks from yesterday. 2 weeks from yesterday. Tops. So Georgia has systematically gone through and with each conspirator that they've prosecuted, she has laid the foundation for the next one. So in Katie's trial, there was a lot of foreshadowing for Charlie. In Charlie's trial, foreshadowing for Donna. In Donna's trial, a lot of foreshadowing for Wendi. Now, well, they've needed Wendi to testify under her misguided and mistaken, well, I think former, I don't think she's under this illusion anymore, but that Wendi was free from the risk of prosecution with her derivative use and use immunity. However, Wendy's job is done now with testifying, and the amount of impeachable stuff that Wendi has testified to, and all of the incriminating things, we don't know what Georgia has. And let's not forget how much of Donna's trial was things that she said and did on wiretaps, jail calls, post Charlie's conviction. Chat, take a moment to think about what in the world irate Donna Adelson has been saying. Narcissistic piece of shit, matriarchal monster Donna Adelson has been saying to Harvey on those jail calls in the last 24 hours, like, let's get those jail calls released. Who wants to FOIA request it? I don't know how to do that. Someone? Anyone? I guarantee you the stuff Donna will say in her fury about Wendi will be the icing on the cake and the cherry on top of the sundae. Ms. What the fuck? What do you think?
I'm right on the same page with you. I think there are definitely people out there already putting those FOIAs in. And yeah, and I think we'll get to a lot more here in a bit because we're only partially through the day. So hold tight, y'all. I know there's some questions about, what happened after trial in the chat already.
Steph, do you know what? Pause. I don't mind spoiler alerting that one because yes, the last time after Charlie's trial, they said, and perhaps we can get this pulled up. The royal we.
No.
When the press asked Georgia if there were more arrests to come, and she said, "Stay tuned." And yesterday, Georgia, the press said, "So can we stay tuned?" And she says, "Well, I mean, you can stay tuned if you like." And they asked her, anyway, yes, there's more. Wendy's not going to. And I disagree strongly, Nick. I don't think that Wendi is harder to prosecute at all. I think there is so much against Wendi. So much that we know. Imagine what we don't know. Eee! Okay, Ms. What the fuck? Want to pull up that picture that I was scrabbling around trying to find and
yes.
Like that was me trying to find this photo. So there's Georgia. I took some screenshots of Georgia losing her ever-loving mind in that cross exam. And someone commented on that saying, "This needs to be on the cover of the Tallahassee Democrat." I'm like, sure, with credit. Thanks. I should have watermarked that shit. Jokes. There's no talent there. That was just some screenshotting. Good photos though. Poor Georgia.
Okay. So let me jump back into the presentation. We'll keep moving along. There's so much, and we are going to get to all of it, I promise. Oh.
I believe in you. Oh,
pull me back. Okay. So we got through that. We're going to go through a couple of things that were shared that I didn't want to spoil. But first of all, the trial channel, our dear friend, posted a great little tweet. Objection, relevancy, sustained. This was during the direct of Linda Bailey.
When they tried to bring in an amount, like a whole nother, it was to show that the binder and Wendy's emotional support binder for hers and Dan's divorce proceedings was nothing noteworthy in comparison to this, right?
Exactly. And then the judge was like, no, we're not talking about another case, which was great. So, and then we have expert Linda is done from Brandy Churchwell and made her into our new blue paint expert here, which was just great.
I when I tweeted something about her, I called her Linda Welcher Bailey.
Yeah.
I think maybe I said Dud. Can't remember. Same.
Next up, we have Adrienne F. Everyone is Georgia Kappelman right now. What the F? Great reaction shot. And then J. Lucy, if I respond with this, just know I'm saying what the F. Which exactly. The face is fantastic.
She was the definition of losing your ever loving mind.
Yes. All right, let's move into we have further highlights of the day. So then we had after all that, we had another outside the jury's presence where Donna waived her rights for her former attorney to testify. So this was for her former criminal defense attorney that she had during Charlie's trial to testify about specific things. So she had to get up and waive those rights. And then there was discussion on Donna testifying, and they complained that they needed more time. And then there was more complaints from the defense about the gallery making noise and requests to approach with Donna, which I have a little picture on that, which was foreshadowing. And then we had Maricel Descalzo, which was that defense attorney, who basically just testified that Donna was suicidal and that's why they went on vacation at that time. That's pretty much all she talked about. And then we had Sarah Newhouse, who was former TPD victims advocate. She's not in that position anymore. And she was with Wendi in the interview room when she was interviewed. Zellman tried to enter a video, but hadn't shown the video to the states, and so they needed to make some edits to that, and they had a bunch of breaks. It really just seemed like there was a bunch of adding time, more stalling tactics.
Stalling.
Yeah. Now, something happened that wasn't really cool, and I don't know how I feel about this, and I'm just gonna leave my opinion on this. But basically, one of the things apparently that Georgia wanted cut out of this was basically a certain reaction, because when Georgia did cross, she said there was no wailing, though. And when she tried to get a question in, but then it got struck because apparently, according to Zellman and according to the judge, that's what Georgia had just asked to remove from the video. So I'm like, that wasn't cool. But then, after that, Judge E was completely done with the stalling tactics and said that we needed to move forward and we needed to have the test decide if she was going to testify or not. So there was a whole bunch of complaining about not having enough time. So Judge E said she had exactly 5 minutes left. Basically said that, you are not in any situation that any other defendant isn't in. Jackie said that we have to go through every single piece of evidence ever that was entered in, and Judge was like, nope, you're going to decide today. So then she decided not to testify. I do have it queued up for that we could watch that, where she can push back.
Before we move on, Steph said she sucked as a victim's advocate, going back to Sarah Newhouse. I just want to quickly touch on, gross, weird thing to say. Now, Wendi in that interview was saying, and I was just trying to have a look on X. I should have bookmarked it or saved it to my list, and I didn't. In that police interview, when that victim's advocate was with Wendi, Wendi was saying, "Oh my God, we look so alike," just love bombing the fuck out of her. And they don't look alike. I mean, similar color brown hair, and they're both like Caucasian women. That's about it. But Sarah was under the spell that Wendi cast, as only someone like Wendi can do. So I don't know whether she'd be a better victim's advocate if she wasn't being manipulated by a peak narcissist. But yeah. So that was all I wanted to just touch on. I mean, I don't know. We probably won't. You know what? We'll save our reviewing of Wendy's police interview for when Wendy's arrested, and we need to do all of the catching up for that trial. So stick a pin in it, chat. All right. What do we got?
All right. So before we go to Donna's decision to testify or not, let's look at this. This is just a little screenshot. This is when Donna wanted to go up and talk at sidebar. So judge was like, okay, this is the first time that she sidebarred. This is a little bit of foreshadowing. So just wanted to show this real quick.
Look at her with her earphones still on for her tiny ear
Yes.
canals. I would have thought when you're talking in person, probably easier to hear without those bad boys on. But anyway, she totally forgot. And did anyone notice she totally forgot to put her headphones on for the verdict? Her ear holes expanded. Her ear holes expanded with the stress of it all. She heard that fine. Just fine. Mind you, she was shackled to shit, so she couldn't exactly see it. I mean, do it.
Sorry. That's freaking hilarious. I was trying so hard not to just cackle into the microphone. Okay. That's too good.
I love cackling. We cackle. At Camp Shorty, we cackle. Make it merch.
Make it merch. Okay. Now we're gonna. This is when Judge is done. He is done. This is like the finale of whether or not she's gonna testify, which you did a short, right? And a TikTok.
I generally do them, but I do them on TikTok first because it's so easy to yes. Oh, look how tiny you are. Tiny ear canals. You're like Donna's ear canals. I don't know why it's making woo! Now you're like her earlobes. Wait, ear canals, earlobes.
You know that we can't. I don't know if you know this, but we can't see what you're doing when you're messing with it. We only see it when you say
really?
it. Yeah.
Oh my God. So I didn't know that. So wait. Oh, so just I mess with it and then it happens. Is that what happens? That's cool.
When you hit save is when we see the change.
Here, look. So I wait, I'll do this. Save. Earlobes. And then wait, ready? Tinier. Hang on. Indulge me, chat. And ear canals.
I like ear canals personally. But
okay, press play.
Lily looks good any size. I'm just saying.
She does. She's beautiful. Screaming Lily. It is not a llama.
Ms. Adelson, the extra time that you have been provided, that has come to a conclusion.
Tom, I can't believe you can't see it when I'm fucking with it. That actually is better because I fuck with it a lot.
We are not finished with the colloquy quite yet.
Colloquy.
I am not talking for the sake of talking. Before we have to move into any contempt, we do need to move on.
This is when I was messaging you, like, oh my God.
Remains. As it relates to your right to remain silent.
That doesn't narrow it down.
And your right to testify. What is your decision?
Okay, that's true. I do say that a lot. This is when I was messaging you saying, oh my God, he's threatening contempt.
Yes, you did. My favorite thing was you never typed typos, and when there was a verdict and you typed in all caps to me, verdict with a G on the end, just like send.
That's true. No. I was so excited. I was like, get in here now. Pay attention.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Donna.
This time I don't want to.
Very well. As I previously stated, the jurors will be instructed that your silence.
Okay. So that's that. Let me go back to
A lot of people are around the trap saying Judge rushed her. Judge Everett rushed her. He shouldn't have rushed her. Well, no. She's had years, since she was arrested to think about whether she'd testify. He actually didn't rush her. He actually gave her plenty of opportunities to consider. He gave her another few minutes and another few minutes. And it does definitely set a precedent if he goes, okay, fine, decide tomorrow morning. And I think I was watching that particular at that time I was watching with Gisela. I don't know why, because mostly all of the trial I watched with Llama, True Crime and Wine Time. But on that day I was with Gisela, and also all the things they accomplished after that. Judge Everett's insistence that she make a decision that would have dragged it all out for another day because they wouldn't have been able to have the charging conference and stuff, right? Yeah, and she was vacillating so much. I mean, obviously Donna was very keen to testify, and I think it's probably the one. I mean, not for us, but for Donna, the one very effective thing those two attorneys did for her as her defense attorneys was to convince her to not testify. Devastating for us, devastating for content creators around the globe, and devastating for us as the peanut gallery. But I think that was because imagine she wants to do it. They're saying no, and she knows they're right, that it's a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
Imagine how much she's bitching and griping about that on those jail calls.
I know. I can't wait to see.
So good.
All right. So we are now moving into day 9, September 4th, yesterday, where we had the end, the closings, the verdict, the victim impact, and scheduling for what comes next. So before we get into that, though, we have Georgia's trial style, but we're not just doing Georgia's trial style for that day. We're talking a little bit more specifically into the full view of what she has done for all of her closings. Georgia's worn red in some form for each of the closings in her search for justice for Dan Markel. Interestingly, the Florida State University colors include garnet, and FSU is where Dan taught. Thank you, Lisa, for bringing this up and making sure we all knew this. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So Georgia began with the garnet theme in 2019 in the trial against Sigfredo Garcia and Katie Magbanowa, with a kind of berry blouse underneath the gray blazer that she's wearing here. And she also has crimson nails, if you get a good look at it, depending on where you're seeing her on that day. And then in 2022, during the Katie Magbanowa retrial, she wore a bright crimson blazer with a black blouse underneath, which resulted in the takedown of Katie. And then in 2023, she wore a burgundy-leaning blazer with a black.
I like blouser.
Yeah, with a black blouse to give closings for the Charlie Adelson trial. And this was just the first of the Adelsons in the chain. And then yesterday, we saw Georgia in a bright red blazer with a cream blouse that kind of gave the sense of strength as she tied up the second of the Adelson chain.
And it was even more in that vein of the Florida State University garnet and gold, because that's basically cream is a pale gold color, I guess.
Well, in one of I actually pulled up their guide, their style guide for what their colors are for the university, and one of their colors is white. So I think that's pretty cool too. So what is she going to wear next? We don't know, but she did say that she might have to might have to look into finding a fifth red suit. So,
Maybe for Wendy's trial, she can come in with red hair, like Rihanna red hair color, the whole lot red, like Steph suggested, red sequin shoes, the whole thing, Dorothy shoes.
I love it. So just some overall highlights. Closings, we had Georgia being incredible. Jackie watched a completely different trial. And then George's rebuttal was absolutely epic. And then we had a verdict in less than 4 hours. I think it was 3 and a little bit of change. Donna had to be admonished to chill all the way throughout it. And then we had the victim impact of Bill and Ruth, which I cried the whole time. The whole damn time.
Damn time.
Yeah. And then we had scheduling for the next thing, which the next thing is case management, which is 10/14, October. Sorry, that's American numbers. That's October 14th
Yes.
at 2:30 p.m. So, sorry.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, I have a bunch of pictures and tweets and stuff like that we can go through before or after the stuff that you wanted to share.
Well, I think a couple of things. Shall we do the draw? No, wait, I'm going to give a last calls for the merch draw. How about that? We're not going to watch all of George's closing argument, the first part of it, because it's very long. Amazing. But if you want to watch it, you can find it in the playlist of the trial channel there, a standalone as part of the playlist in chronological order. Strongly recommend for ease of navigating and finding. That's where you should go. If you want to watch just what I think we should watch, which is just 15 minutes long, it's my cleverly while I was at work, surreptitiously trying to screen record an 18-minute long thing and then upload it while I also doing my job and doing a thumbnail for it. Lol, can multitask. But let's what am I doing with my life? Add to stage. Why isn't that? Oh, you've got to remove. Well, I've got to remove. I just did it. I did that. I did it.
You did so good.
So thanks. When I went to bed last night, this was what about, I want to say 69. I don't think it was 61 views, and it's now had 6,582 views because that's exciting. So let's go with that. Georgia, 15 minutes of bliss. No, last calls for Steph. Last calls for the merch draw. No, we're here for a while yet. Merch draw. So if you want to any throw money my way, let me grift a little bit, and that's the last call. Okay, Georgia, let's go.
Okay. It does not matter what Miss Fulford thinks, if she's right, if she's wrong, if I'm right, if I'm wrong. What the lawyers say is not evidence. You have the evidence before you. They say it means one thing. I say it means something else. Only you guys decide, right? I think outside your house means outside your house. But apparently outside your house means something else. I think a very contentious divorce means a very contentious divorce. They think it means an amicable divorce. You guys decide, right? Look at the evidence and you guys decide. Is everything not what it seems and actually something else? You guys decide. A TV repair appointment is not an alibi because she could have changed it to earlier, but she didn't change it to earlier. That's where she was when he was getting killed. That's an alibi. This TV, that doesn't mean, that's not code, that's a hint. A hint for what? It's code. What does it involve? The two of us. Oh, well, that actually means it doesn't involve the two of us because we're being extorted, we're victims, it doesn't involve us. So what does it involve? The two of us actually means it does not involve the two of us. That's what we've heard. A one-way non-extradition ticket to Vietnam. It's not fleeing. It's a setup. How did I set her up? I didn't make her do that. I didn't get her to
Rashi
fast-track
did.
visa. I didn't get her a one-way ticket. She did that. She made those choices. Wendi didn't bother to tell her mom she was ready to give up on the relocation. Yes, she did. Look in the emails. She was giving up and Donna wasn't having it. That's when she gets the totally unhinged email from her mother suggesting you're not going to give up. You want to move on with a sense of peace? Hell no, we're going to fight this guy. We're going to dress your kids up as Nazis. That's what happened when when Wendi suggested giving up. Never, never, never give up, right?
Thanks, Stephanie blah blah blah. You're in
This
the
murder
last
charge is not
calls.
based on the fact that she said some bad
Oh, wait.
words. I mean, I'd
Could be
facing
rigging it.
murder
That
just
one's
in this
crumpled because I
courtroom.
folded it.
Obviously, people. That is not what this case is about. You've got to look at all the evidence. I mean, it is death by 1,000 cuts. It is powdered sugar. You've got to look at the whole thing and make a decision. And I'm sorry that there's not a smoking gun, but she was too smart for that. She thought about it. She planned it. She made sure we could never get her, right? She took precautions, but she did make mistakes. And that's what all those exhibits are. Mistakes. My spin and the spin I'm putting on all the evidence, that's not, it doesn't matter what my spin is. It's your spin. You look at the evidence, you decide. I tell you what I think it shows. They tell you what they think it shows. Here's the other side. What do they think it shows? They don't have to prove anything. I have to prove the case. Yes. But what are they saying? Wendi, oh no. Charlie, definitely. Wendi, maybe. Not Donna. But also, not Charlie. We were getting extorted. Not Charlie. I mean, you can't have it both ways, right? So it's hard to get your head around it, but we can't be getting extorted by the killers who killed Dan Markel on their own. And also, Charlie's pretty guilty and Wendi looks a little guilty too. It's got it like, there's no lane that's been picked. And they don't have to prove anything, but they're throwing all that out, right? And it's like, you were getting extorted, or Charlie and Wendi did it behind your back and they don't tell mom what they're doing. Can't charge Donna because Charlie already went down for this. No, that's not true. Everyone that's responsible for this murder should be held accountable for their role, not just Charlie, not just the two killers that came here and shot him.
Everyone
that played a part in it should be held accountable. They said some things in their closing that doesn't comport with my recollection of the evidence. For example, Corbett said that the defendant did not send the Evite. My recollection is the complete opposite. You guys took notes, you have remembrances, you guys rely on your own memory. I don't want to go through every single thing, but there were a few of those. The only complaint from a 3 and 4-year-old was grandma says you're stupid. Oh, that's dumb. Well, no, I remember that the kid also said grandma hates you. Rob has an axe to grind.
Ma'am.
Mary Hull said that the Adelson Institute was
Pause.
Charlie's until
Georgia, sorry,
2022.
pause.
Not my recollection, but
Georgia, did you hear her go? She just scoffed at it. Also, Rob Adelson is a national treasure. International treasure? We're not going to be trash talking Rob Adelson, just saying, hi, Jeannie, good to see you. Dublin. Terrible accent.
hopefully you remember that it changed hands in 2015. No SunPass records. Do you need SunPass records to know that Donna Adelson was outside Charlie's house on the night of the murder? We didn't know that. Catherine Nibanoa told us when I got to Charlie's, he told me his parents had just come, right? And brought the money. But when we looked in the records, there's a text outside your house corroborating what she said. That's important. She was outside his house. oh, well, she had the garage code. Why didn't she go in? I don't know if she went in. Maybe she did. She told him, I'm outside your house. He said 10 minutes. It's going to be there in 10 minutes. Maybe she did go in. I don't know. But she was there.
I love
That I do
Georgia
know.
so much. Pause. Sorry, Georgia. Sorry, Queen. Sorry, curtsy. I saw someone on the Twitters say they weren't that. I can't remember who it was. They weren't that impressed with Georgia's. The bulk of her first part of her closing arguments, not the rebuttal. They thought it was too emotional, and so I hadn't actually listened to it at all yet because of time difference sucks balls. So I watched Fulford, and then the rebuttal, then the verdict, and then everything, and then I watched George's original part of her close. I didn't feel it was. I thought it was really methodical and not hugely emotional. This maybe a little more emotional. I don't know. Your thoughts, chat. And also, Ms. What the Fuck? Oh, my scroll features. I'm shocking. Yay, new shorties. Welcome, new shorties. Thanks, Ms. What the Fuck. You don't you.
I don't know why
Thanks.
we're denying that. Grandma.
Thanks, girl.
We disagree with what the words say. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I say the words say, I don't want the kids around grandma because she's disparaging me. Somebody needs to be there to monitor. They say, no, that's not what it means. It means something else. Charlie's extortion story. She wrote the checks because she had to save her son's life. Well, right. So if that's the case,
Right.
we're picking lane 2 here, down below. And that's where all that evidence comes up about that pushes back on that. Like that couldn't happen. They're not going to be spitballing the drug dealer defense years after they've been extorted. Like that didn't happen. That was a lie, right? That Charlie came up with in his
Charlie lie?
testimony.
No.
She then kind of got stuck with after saying all the truth is out. Plus,
Yes,
she's got to
Michael.
come up with something for writing those checks. She paid for the murder.
She paid for the murder. Look at that. It is low. The tally Hasty Democrat was very low. That's as high as it goes. Apologies. Watch this. This is professional. Watch this. I'll move my mic away so I'm not so booming. I go, and then I go skip. Ready? It's coming. There. Yes, I'm a professional. It is low. The Tallahassee Democrat was quiet-ish. It's as loud as it goes, though. So, also, Georgia keeps walking away from the mic.
Sanford said he never made a mistake. Not my recollection. What's the pushback on extortion? Her behavior on the wire. She doesn't say, oh my gosh, it's happening again. She doesn't say anything about the prior extortion. If the prior extortion had occurred, she would immediately tell him it's happening again, or some reference to the fact that this is something that's been ongoing. She doesn't do that. Instead, she talks in code. It's a TV. What the heck? Why are you talking in code? Her Googling extortion versus blackmail 7 days before Charlie's trial. That wouldn't happen if the extortion was real. She wasn't extorted. Charlie didn't tell her there was an extortion because there never was an extortion. She was paying for a murder. She knew it was going to be a murder. She's the one that wanted it done. Her discussion of Charlie's lawyers meeting with Garcia's lawyers. What? If she was being extorted by Garcia, and Charlie was being extorted and his life being threatened by Garcia, their lawyers aren't going to be meeting up. Look at those text messages. She said, bring cash. They say, oh, that's not code. She said, bring cash. She literally said, bring cash for dinner on that call. It's not a hint. It's a code word.
Code.
They say the bump failed. I say the bump succeeded. She
Same.
said it involved the two of us. That was before we got made, before that Matt Surrey operation where they literally see the camera in the bag and know the camera's in the bag. Yeah, she called and put on a great show when she called the undercover. But what did she say in the first call, the second call, and the third call before we got made, before she knew it was law enforcement? She said it involves the two of us, both of us. to these. Okay, I want to hit one more thing.
But she
Don't
hits two
fall
more.
apart on me. 2 years after the murder, we've got two emails, 64T and 64I. The defense told you in opening that this defendant cares about others more than she cares about herself. Problem is that she decides what other people need, what's necessary for other people in their lives, and she is willing to justify whatever ends she thinks are needed, right? Any means to get to those ends are justified in her mind. The problem is she doesn't care about the collateral damage to get to her ends. Evidence has shown that this defendant, I think, did believe that Wendi and those boys were better off in South Florida. She thought that's what they needed. They would be better off with her. And she was angry that that couldn't happen. Dan Markel is a thing standing in the way. What was the cost of that to not only Dan Markel, but to those little boys? Those little boys lost their father. Look what she says in 64T. Children are 2 and 3. Children do not even have a memory of life before age 5 or 6. Look what she says in 64II when Wendi is concerned. This is 2 years after the murder. Her child is having trouble at school, crying because he misses his father. And this woman, this nice grandmother, innocent woman, says, quote, "I still do not believe that Ben is sad about his father." Quote, quotations on the sad. 64II. "I still do not believe that Ben is sad about his father. I spend a minimum of 25 hours a week with him, and oftentimes more than that, including weekend times and sleepover days, and have never experienced a time when he was sad. I think it's just another phase of the many, many phases that kids go through. The problem is they have a highly intelligent and sensitive mom."
Ooh.
She doesn't believe that this kid is sad because she can't take accountability for her own actions and the catastrophic consequences that this had on everyone's life in her family. Not just her son, not just her daughter, not just Rob, not just Dan Markel, but those boys who lost their father. It wasn't better for them to be in South Florida. It was better for them to have their father. You must not base your verdict on the feelings of sympathy, prejudice, bias. Your verdict must be based on the evidence and the law. Yes, she's a grandmother. Most murderers don't look like that. But the evidence has revealed what she is. Please don't let her appearance influence your verdict in any way. It involves the two of us. What about the script? They didn't even talk about the script. She wrote a script for a witness that was perjured testimony about based on a lie, an extortion lie that's been proven in court to you to be false. This defendant tried to erase Dan Markel, thinking there would be no harm to those little boys. They don't have a memory of their father. They feel the absence of their father. This defendant decided they didn't need their dad. She doesn't get to decide that. She wanted it done. She brought the money. She stroked the check. She didn't have to do that. Charlie was a signator, had signing power on that account. He could have written the checks. She wrote the checks. Why? Because she was neck deep in this thing. She wrote the checks. She said it involved the two of us. She wrote that script. May you have the strength and the common sense to see this evidence for what it is. It's only one thing. There's only one truth. It can't all be right. It's only one truth. Render a verdict that does justice. Find her guilty. Thank you.
In just a few moments, you'll be.
It's so cool how it's got those little things after it. Ms. What the Fuck's very clever at stuff and stuff. Oh, wait. Speaking of Ms. What the Fuck, hi. In the rebuttal or closing argument, can't remember, of Charlie's trial, Wendi used that, Wendi, Georgia, Sage. Georgia used that same line of erasing, them trying to erase Dan's memory completely. But in that closing argument, Georgia had this picture that we have in the top right corner of the screen. She had that picture of Dan on the screen in the courtroom. And as she said that, the image went from full opacity and then all the way through and faded out to nothing. It was very powerful. I have a short of that. But I think George's powerful words were even more effective there. So that was amazing. I just had a thought while I was watching that. Thanks to those of you who came along to our little premiere yesterday, right? Ms. What the fuck? Ms. What the fuck went through, like, y'all, it takes me 40 seconds to make a short. It might take me a little longer to add, not 40 seconds, but 10 minutes tops. Ms. What the fuck went through and meticulously and painstakingly time-stamped and then clipped out, edited, put together, added effects, added pictures, added all things to the raw footage of me being hilarious reading the wiretaps. So if you want, it's about half an hour long. To make a half an hour video, what did that take you, like 4 days, Ms. What the fuck?
Yeah, it took me, well, I didn't work on it like the whole time, but it took me a couple days.
Okay,
I'm
you're
sorry.
fine. You're fine. No. But it's such meticulous work, and the end result is so good. So if it's a half an hour video, YouTube loves half an hour videos. You YouTubers, I mean, maybe not Shorties because we like them 7 hours long, right? But go and give it a watch. It's so good. It's so funny. If I do say so myself, because I'm hilarious. Just ask me.
You are hilarious. It's hard to decide what to clip out because I'm like, I want to put this in and I want to put this in and I want to put this in. But then I'm like, okay, now it's really, 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 really long and I really need to cut it down long, like shorter. So it's tough. It's like,
But you are very good at you are honing your craft very well. I'm very impressed. You have a natural talent and eye for it all. So thank you for all the short videos you've been putting together, and the shorts and stuff. I appreciate you so much. So much. Oh, she's like, I don't like compliments.
I don't. I'm like so uncomfortable. But thank you.
I'm choking on my gratitude.
Okay.
Lots of you were there.
Yes.
Cool.
There were so
Well, we
many.
can push it back, right? Because I scheduled it for a time that suited me, that I thought, I thought that it would be good timing in the lunch break, but it turns out the lunch break was earlier, and then I was still asleep for that, and then Jackie Fulford, blah, 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 George's rebuttal, and then anyway, it all worked out at the end.
Yeah, it was good. Right. It's like, I don't know what to say.
It does. Steph says no one gave me an it's ending transition warning. Premieres, once they're done, they go, nope, stop.
Right.
Everybody bye. Thanks. Please disperse. Boom. Done. So, yeah. Okay.
Do you want to show the verdict now, and then we can move into impact statements, and then we'll go to back to the presentation, and I can show all the fun stuff.
Yes, let's do
I
that.
have the verdict. Unless you have a specific video you want to show, I do have it queued up on the Tallahassee Democrat.
I've got something, but it's a Miss Shorty clip. You can play yours. Mine's done.
I just have the actual raw footage, but if you want to do your clip instead, we could do that.
No, you could do it. I believe in you.
You believe? I don't know why.
Maybe it. Whoa, wait, what? I just buffered in real time. I was going to say maybe it is that I believe in you, but also I have less faith in myself. So okay.
Okay. Hey, put us back on there. Okay.
Oh, I got to do some shuffles. Oh no, you can't see what I'm. Yikes.
Okay.
Go. Harvey? Sir?
Okay, just make sure there's any, I don't think there's sound yet.
No, it was quiet. And then sound comes on when they pan across to Zellman.
Okay.
I think. Make us circles. Why not?
If the jury foreperson could please rise. Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict? If you please can hand the verdict form to the bailiff. Having reviewed the
Sorry,
verdict
man.
form, it is in its proper order. At this time, I will publish the verdict. We, the jury, find as follows as the count one of the indictment, first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. Mrs. Adelson, control yourself. Count two, we, the jury, find as follows as the count two of the indictment, conspiracy to commit
Tantrums.
first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree
She starts stamping her feet.
Count
Watch.
three, we, the jury, find as follows as the count three of the indictment, solicitation to commit first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of solicitation to commit first-degree murder. And it is signed and dated by the foreperson. One moment. Members of the jury, the bailiff will escort you to the jury room.
Not a tear, huh? Not a tear.
Not a tear. There was nothing. I think somebody was saying like, "Oh, that was very real." I was like, "Yeah, it was real angry. That was real bullshit."
Yeah. It was outrage and self-pity, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
how dare she? Like, or how dare they do that to me?
Lainey says, "Please, her facelift is showing." So I did a short video, a TikTok, and then I did a YouTube short, which the way it formatted, I didn't bother cropping. Anyway, inside baseball talk. But the YouTube short, the way it cropped my landscape video was right up close of Donna, and I was like, "Oh, whoa!" I put my glasses on, and suddenly I'm like, "Wow." Like, no shade on on cosmetic surgery, no shade on aging, because obviously that's life, right? But holy Toledo, her face up close on my phone with my glasses on. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's God, just gross. Anyway, sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
Wendy's neck always looks thick. She's always had that, but her eyebrows haven't always been that far up ahead. So that's very heavy-handed, very poorly placed Botox. Donna, get a grip. Also, the paralegal's nails and finger tattoos are amazing. They're amazing.
Sure that you desired, there will not be any further outbursts in front of the jury. If you cannot control yourself,
That's
I am going to have
Botox.
to determine if you will be removed
On
from the
Wendi.
remainder of this process.
Yeah,
Do
she's
you
put on weight.
understand what
Wendy.
I'm saying to you? Do you need a moment
Yes.
to collect yourself?
Charlie.
Or the jurors are brought back in, we will take a brief 2-minute break. Please give her tissues if she needs them.
If she needs them.
I have to tell you. So True Crime One Time, they did come back on. They came on and we watched.
Yes.
You watched that?
Yeah, replay crew yesterday when I was driving to get more vapes because yes.
Okay. Terry loves the way you say Charlie.
Well, you know why I say it like that? So this is so blah blah blah. Roberta Glass. We don't like her anymore because she's a mad hardline anti Karen Reed, right? But from the perspective of covering this case, she's fucking amazing. Her accent, her Donna impersonation is 1410 chef's kiss. So good. And she used to, in her like review, Roberta Glass used to say banana bread. Like she does Donna perfectly. And she would do the Charlie. So frankly, I'm just copying Roberta Glass, full disclosure, but because Donna says it on the WhatsApp, she goes, Charlie. So
Stop. It's so good. I left every single time you did that in that video. I left every single one in. I was like, this is so good.
And also Tato and Tato and Tuto and Getty. I was like,
You
yeah,
say
man.
it better than the undercover guy.
I can't say anything ever, anytime about anything, but I can say some things with a degree of cultural appropriation to sound legit.
Okay.
Surely. Okay, if we need tissues, I need tissues more often live streaming than Donna need tissues finding out that she was going to jail for prison for the rest of her life. Let's be honest.
Hey,
And I
wait.
didn't kill anybody, just laughter.
Can you Botox your like tears or whatever? Is that a thing? Like, does Botox
I'm
affect
sure
your
you can.
tears?
I'm sure you can. Painful. Jeez Louise, don't
I
want to
don't
think
know.
about that. You can get Botox on your armpits if you're an excessive underarm sweater.
That's what I was thinking about. So I was like, wait,
Probably.
maybe you can do it for your tears. Maybe she can say that, oh, I can't.
Donna doesn't cry because she doesn't have emotions.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Except for righteous indignation, which is what I saw on display.
100%.
Oh, God. Okay, sorry.
Jurors are brought back into the room. Does the defense wish to have the jurors polled before they are discharged?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well.
the paralegal was like, fuck this bitch. I gotta comfort this fucking murderous woman. For themselves, absolutely, Simmy. Big sigh. Big deep breaths, Donna.
Please bring back
You
the
can't
jurors
murder
to
someone.
conclude their portion of the trial.
Look at her. There's 0 tears. Can we zoom? There's no way to zoom, is there? Fuck. There's no tears.
Sorry, I was talking. No, I tried to zoom in. Sorry.
No, that's okay. We know
But
there's no tears.
somebody did actually on Twitter. Somebody zoomed in and confirmed 0 tears.
Let's think about even bloody Alec Murdoch was able to conjure up a big snot hanger and actual tears. Not so.
The jury, before I discharge you.
Okay, pause. So Simi said before the lady in the blue behind Harvey is a YouTuber. Yes, her name's Patty. Patty's Playhouse. I think she's a real estate person in Florida, but she's also has YouTube and some. She's cool. She's cool. Good work. And there was another lady. I don't know if she was there this day. Fancy Fiction was there in the courthouse. She was definitely the day before there. With blonde hair, Fancy Fiction. She's covered this case for a long time. Mentor Lawyer was there. That's him in the car key holding the book. I believe that's Mentor Lawyer. Yep, that guy. A lot of YouTubers. Bloody Joel from SDS was right up the back.
Who's this? Because she looks like she has an opinion.
She looks like she can smell Harvey's farts.
Yes, exactly. She looks so opinionated about Harvey right now. She looks like she wants to say something, and I want to hear her.
Harvey's turtling, isn't he? He's doing that thing where it could be age and posture, but it does feel a little bit like he's kind of trying to hide in his shell. Hi, Madeline. Good to see you. It is crazy. This is all very crazy. Surreal. It gets me every time. I know we watch trials. We watch all this. It's somewhat, and I hate it, but like to say this, but it is somewhat entertainment. We are consuming this as content. When you stay, I don't know whether many of y'all take a moment to ever think about the fact, like putting yourself in the reality of the situation. Like I can't get my head around it. Thinking about all these real people there.
Right.
Donna Adelson is a real person. They did this.
Yeah.
They did this. Obviously, but fuck.
Absolutely. No, I think you're 100% like, it's so hard to, when you're just watching it, it's hard to imagine. But then when you really think about it and you imagine that, you're just sitting on that bench right next to that person, right? Or, you're sitting even just outside the courtroom, but you're in that same place. These are real people that did these real things. These are really impacted. And I actually have a really great thing that Fancy Fiction posted that I want to show here at the end.
Yes.
She's awesome.
She
But she
is.
posted something that I think is really impactful.
Have you ever watched any of her content? I haven't for a while because there's so few hours in the day and so much. But Fancy's, she's a sassy thing. She I don't give a fuck. Like she's. I can imagine we'd gel us. I don't think she knows. She guaranteed she has no idea who the fuck I am, but I know who she is. So
I haven't watched, but I really appreciated her grounding,
Thanks.
like
Yeah.
during the trial. She really grounded what was happening to
Yeah.
Dan, which
Yeah.
was amazing. So.
And the other thing I knew the minute Donna wasn't testifying, because I think I was behind. Anyway, whatever. Because I hopped onto Twitter for 1 second, and all that Fancy's, she just did a tweet that was like, "No," and I was like, "Oh my god, Donna's not testifying! Fuck, wild."
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this.
Madeline says, right after Donna led away, Harvey busting into the media room to get a slice of pizza. Really? Appetite apparently not suppressed. Lol. I mean, he's got those moves to sustain. Wow.
Madeline, I didn't know that. Also, I'm so excited to see you here today because, like, I know she has like some of the best insight, and she has so much information. So I'm so glad she's here to celebrate with us.
Yes. So apparently Harvey just looked at his lap the whole time from people inside the courtroom.
Right?
Yeah. Like this, I think this head posturing is where it stayed for the rest of the verdict and stuff. All right, let's go.
I'm briefly going to poll you concerning whether your verdict is unanimous at the request of one of the parties. When you hear your last,
He's like, I'm free. Oh my God. I'm free. I'm free. She's going to call me, but I don't have to pick up. Oh my God. Where am I going to go? He should leave. I don't think Harvey's going to be prosecuted, but I think he should leave the country. Frankly, do it, Harvey. Get yourself. I don't think, surely prison inmates can't make international calls, can they? Surely not.
Even if they could, I don't know why he would bother to accept at this point. I do think that his name is mentioned an awful lot, but and he could be at this point definitely picked up for like after the fact or like aiding and abetting or whatever it's called.
Yes. Yep. Some lawyer shit.
But I feel like he's old enough and he has, but at the same time, I'm going to say this a million times. Georgia 100% has each trial put out a little bit more that is new. Who knows what she still has in her back pocket for each person. She might have stuff on Harvey that we have no idea about.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking of, and I don't have this on anything. I don't even know how to do it, but I'm thinking about putting a Google alert thing on my phone for Wendi Adelson's name, just because I get.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People say that. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
It basically comes something tells you when any news with that something. Something. There's definitely something.
Yeah, like Laura said, she's holding some aces,
100%. And I guarantee you, in the last 24 hours, the verbal diarrhea that Donna will have been spewing on the phone to whoever, Harvey, will absolutely have some incriminating stuff against Wendi. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah. We saw that text where she was like saying that your brother has been taking care of you for all these years. Like she's already.
And then she says, "And you're not guilty, and you can just bury me in the dress of Lincoln's that I was going to wear to Lincoln's bar mitzvah." That text, yeah, man, she's going to fucking lash right out because she's did this shame rage cycle. Like Donna's a narcissistic, psychopathic piece of shit. They're all narcissists, but not Rob. But yeah, wow.
You for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges that are enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you are also at liberty to
Oh.
refuse to speak to anyone.
I can just my buffered in real time. Jeannie, thank you so much. And that reminds me, before we go to cha-ching, thanks, Jeannie, love you. Just checking with my weekly support for beautiful Lisa. My husband is really sick, and I appreciate all the support I can find. Lock Donna up. Jeannie, I saw you your comment before. I'm so sorry. That's so stressful. And we are here for you. We'll send all of the positive healing, coping, as in supported, whatever will be, and we're here for you. No need for, I don't know how sick is sick, but you have people around you. There it is. Butterfly says prayers of healing. And maybe Ms. What the Fuck, in a natural break in this part, I guess after Judge Everett releases the jurors before the victim's impact statement, should we do the draw?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, beautiful.
Pause there. And
Yeah.
actually, since we already have it paused, do you want to just do it now?
Yeah. Wow. You're such an ideas girl. Sure, let's do that. Hang on, let me do this. Now, we've now got Baby Nick to talk about this, haven't we?
We do.
Does Baby Nick bring us in, bring us home?
Baby Nick does. Let me find Baby Nick.
We all need to find Baby Nick.
Somewhere, right? We did that. I know
we did that. It's there somewhere. Or is it music? No, you did
Oh,
it.
no. I don't think I did. I load it. Okay, we don't have it now.
Huh. I've got my hand in the cookie jar as we speak.
Okay, well, we'll
let's play another Baby Nick just as fun.
Just for fun? Okay.
Or do we have the sound bumper, or did I delete the sound bumper?
No, we have the sound bumper.
Okay, do that. We'll do that.
All
Sorry, Nick.
Well, now it gives
We'll
me
do the highest
almost an
esteem.
indecent thrill to say it's time for Miss Shorty's merch raffle draw. Can I have a drum roll, please?
Yes, I'm also
And this week's winner is...
Oh my God, it's never long enough. That's what she said. Christy! Christy! Congratulations! Christy, girl, you go and pick something. I'll stick it on my hair. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody, for your ongoing support. The merch raffle. Yes, Christy. Yes, I'm glad. I love it. Whoa, Christy. Whoa. So pick a top, pick a cap, pick a mug. Pick. Let me know, girl.
And since we couldn't do it, we're going to have to do Baby Nick because we said Baby Nick, and now I just feel so bad that I don't have that one ready. So we'll do this.
I mean, good for them. I'm happy. But I just want to make sure that I am still held in the highest esteem of the system. It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
Oh.
It's just the best. Okay. Nick's always in the highest esteem.
He is. He's camping now. So even in probably tracky dacks, sweats. No, Nick wouldn't wear sweats, would he? No.
Even if he did, they would look so stylish. So, okay.
Request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious, from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, from attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror.
Suck it, Donna. Suck it.
With that being said, I want to extend my thanks on behalf of the entire Second Circuit for your service in this matter. You are discharged. Have a good evening.
Discharge is a bad word, just saying. Excuse me. Also, sidebar, Stephanie blah 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 just got actually pause a bit more while we're talking about merchy shit. Remember a couple of weeks ago, Chad, I said if you wanted to do buy me a coffees, all the buy me a coffees for that weekend was going to go towards Buster. Going towards me buying the mods a new merch thing. And Stephanie blah 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 didn't have any of the wide leg pants yet, and that's what she picked. And they just arrived this week, right, Steph? Yeah, the totes are cool. I think I got one of those totes for Shund one as a gift. Yes, but the pants. How good are the pants, Ms.? What the fuck? You got 2 pairs?
I do have 2 pairs, and I'm wearing one of them currently. And I'm also wearing a t-shirt currently.
I just ordered a second pair of the wide leg pants in the bold and mysterious design because I didn't have them. So anyway,
that's what I'm wearing.
Yes.
They're so comfortable.
They are so comfy.
It's pretty much all I wear right now is the different pants. They're so awesome.
They're great. All right, back to court. I just thought I'd say that because it reminded me and now Steph's talking about Nick wearing grey trackies. I feel like that's a little bit obscene because, grey trackies. Okay. I think they're called lounge pants officially, but yes, jammy pants, house pants, comfy pants.
The jury, having found the defendant guilty of the 3 charges of the indictment, is the defense asking for a pre-sentence report on counts 2 and 3. As to count 1, the penalty is statutory, and essentially there is no modification for it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just going to add some extra.
Well, pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered by the court as to counts 2 and 3. As to count 1, is there any reason why we cannot proceed to sentencing on this matter?
Your Honor, we would request an opportunity to ensure that our client is okay before we proceed to sentencing. It's my understanding that Charlie Adelson wasn't sentenced right away. We're asking to see Chris.
Very well. The court then will set a separate sentencing date. Go ahead.
He'll be back. He'll be back for Wendy's trial. Can't wait. Doesn't she just? So people were wondering why Ruth and Phil did their victims' impact statements now because they live in Canada. So they don't want to come back for that.
Right there in front of the lectern. If you please can identify yourself for the record.
Yes, my name is Ruth Markel. Sorry?
I
already did. My name is
yeah, I already did.
Your impact statement, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge Everett. To the Honorable Judge Everett, my name is Ruth Markel. I am the mother of the late Dan Markel. I stand before you today to express the profound sadness and grief that Dan's family and I have endured since his tragic murder. We have lost a treasure. My son Dan's life was cut tragically short at 41 years old. For 11 years, we have been forced to a life filled with unimaginable pain and heartbreak. Dan's father, Phil, and his sister, Shelley, share in this unending sorrow. Dan was a devoted father, brother, and son. Dan's life was marked by his devotion to family, education, and community. He was a loving, caring, and inspiring person. His academic journey included studying politics and philosophy at Harvard University, earning a master's degree later in political theory from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem and the Emmanuel College in Cambridge, and later going back to Harvard to get a law degree. Dan was a prolific scholar and did start, co-founded the influential Prof's blog. His energy, drive, and sociability greatly enriched the FSU College of Law. Dan's life was filled with passion, music, dance, sports, travel, and people. But of all my son's accomplishments, however, I am most proud of the devoted father Danny was to his two sons, Benjamin and Lincoln. Dan was present, loving, and supportive, always putting his children's well-being first. He regularly attended the boys' daycares, reading with them. His office was filled with their drawings, and his home, his living room, filled with their toys. Dan was the boys' hero, and they have been forced to grow up without a father. Dan's murder has shattered our family and caused deep permanent pain. This was a particularly senseless crime, and the murder was particularly insensible. It was not revenge. Dan was a law-abiding and respectful citizen, an active father, and a living son. His life was devoted to teaching and helping others. The pain and suffering of Dan's murder goes well beyond other families too. That is why I wrote the book, The Unveiling, a mother's reflection on murder, grief, and trial life. In my unrelenting grief, I turned to advocacy to feel purpose and to help others with these tragic losses. I have found meaning and comfort to connect with others who want to serve justice. To all the community of journalists, TV programs, podcasters, Tallahassee communities, and the allies who have put their hearts in keeping Danny's story alive, we are full of thanks. To law enforcement and prosecutors, our gratitude is beyond for their dedicated, careful perseverance in seeking justice for Danny and our family. If Tallahassee is known for football, Tallahassee should be known for the prosecution and for law enforcement. They have done an outstanding job. These extraordinary efforts underscore the brutal truth of our family story. Danny's murder was orchestrated by his former mother-in-law, Donna Adelson, and other co-conspirators.
Oh, look at
The
her.
crime of cruelty is a murder. It is a murder of grief, a murder of selfishly prioritizing one's own desires over what is just or right. And at its core, this was a murder of convenience, so that one grandmother could live closer to her grandchildren. She killed their father and ripped the children from the other grandparents' lives. Donna Adelson's crimes against Dan began long before his murder. She belittled Dan in front of his children. She spread lies about
Everyone
him
noticed.
and contributed to a brutal separation
So
between
rude.
Dan and Wendi. She rented the house, and Dan came home, and he found that Wendi and the boys were gone with most of their belongings. He called this devastation Pearl Harbor. Donna's eagerness for Wendi to divorce Dan and to relocate to South Florida led her to increasingly devise desperate schemes. Despite these efforts, the court ruled that Wendi could not move the boys away from their loving father. Failing to achieve her goal through legal means, Donna finally resorted to orchestrating Dan's murder. She plotted, planned, and paid for his murder. Donna's crimes led to further devastation. Her middle son, Charlie, was convicted and sentenced to a life in prison for his role in facilitating Danny's murder for hire. Can you imagine a mother involving a son to complete a murder? Donna's eldest son, Rob, an honest and decent man, is estranged from the family, and her younger child, Wendi, has decided once again to relocate to another state. Her actions and those of her co-conspirators have caused children to lose their parents. Catherine McManus, Freda Garcia, and Charlie Adelson, also convicted, are all convicted for life and have lost access to their children. Prior to her arrest, Donna's recorded phone calls with Charlie reveal their lack of a moral compass or capacity for self-reflection. She blames external forces for her family's curse. They're outside of her, but she is the curse, and lashes out angrily at witnesses who looked and took the brave step to testify. Her modus operandi has always been to run from Tallahassee and then to try to flee to Vietnam. For our family, there is no such prospect for escape. Danny's absence, and that leaves a hole at the center of our lives, no matter where we go. Yet Dan's murder was not enough for Donna. His death was not enough. Danny had to be fully erased from his beloved sons. The boy's last name was ever changed, an extraordinary decision to excise the Markel name from Phil's only grandsons who shared his last name. And after the first arrests were made, Donna didn't allow the Markel family to have access for over 6 years. It was only when there was a phenomenal Tallahassee advocacy group that passed the Markel Act. The passage of this bill was immediately followed by our first invitation to see the boys after the rest. The door only cracked open. Despite these efforts, we remain excluded from the boys' lives. We were not at their bar mitzvahs or graduations. We have extremely highly choreographed visits and communications. We only wait for the day that Benjamin and Lincoln will visit their father and his grave, his father's history, and his grave in Toronto. We want nothing more. The facts of Danny's murder, are difficult to swallow. The experiences Phil, Shelley, and I have been forced to suffer are profound as homicide survivors and victims of the criminal system. The lives of Danny's two sons, our grandchildren, were forever turned upside down by this crime. Benjamin and Lincoln were only preschoolers when their father was murdered, and now they are forced to confront and try to understand the unthinkable crimes of murder and the Adelsons' involvement. Our lives will never return to normal. For those who love Danny and for those who Danny loved, there is no escape from the wicked effects of what Donna Adelson set in motion, carried out, and paid for, and for many years enjoyed the aftermath of. Donna Adelson has caused immense devastation and an untimely, undeserved murder through her actions. While no trial or verdict can ever heal the profound wounds caused by Dan's murder, justice must be served. I respectfully ask the court to impose the maximum sentence on Donna Adelson. Her lack of cooperation and remorse throughout the case demands justice, the justice that Dan's life and memory fully deserve. We are immensely grateful to the court for its careful and compassionate deliberation. Respectively, Ruth Markel.
Thank you, Ms. Markel. Are there any other victim impact statements this evening?
What's Zelman taking notes for? What are you doing, sir?
Please could tell us your name for the record.
Good evening. My name is Phil Markel. I'm Danny's father. Judge Everett, I appreciate the opportunity to speak about the impact of Donna Adelson's actions on my families and the families of so many others. While this victim impact statement is addressed to you, Your Honor, it is also intended for the Adelson family, Harvey, Charlie, Wendi, and particularly Donna. I would like them to understand and reflect on the deep and irreparable damage they have caused. The pain that they have caused my family is obvious and permanent, but they have also caused lifelong harm to their own immediate family and so many other families and children around. Donna's selfishness, cruelty, and complete disrespect for human life, along with that
Look at her.
of co-conspirators, have left families forever broken. Louis Rivera, his children have no father. Catherine McBanawa and Sigfredo Garcia, their children have no parents. Charlie Adelson, his son, Roman, has no father. Rob Adelson and his wife and their two children have lost their uncle and grandparents. Shelley and Ian, my daughter, their three children, my grandchildren, are left without an uncle and are separated from their cousins. Of course, their heinous and callous actions have left me, Ruth, and Shelley without our Danny, and Ben and Lincoln without their father. For anyone to commit such a cold-blooded, unprovoked act of murder is horrific. For
Yes, Donna.
someone who claims to care so much about Ben and Lincoln, her sun shines. Her actions are beyond comprehension. She has harmed forever the people she claims to have loved. In the Jewish custom, we have an expression to always wish others to live to 120 years of age. For Donna, I wish her to live to 120, alone in her jail cell. I wish that every day of her remaining days, she thinks about the harm she has caused to so many, especially those two boys she claims to have loved so much. For these reasons, Your Honor, I ask the court sentence Donna Adelson to the maximum possible sentence. And my only short question to Donna, was it worth it? Respectfully, thank you.
Oh, great minds.
Are there any other matters that the
Words
court
think
needs to
alike.
address this evening, Ms. Copeland? With the PSI being ordered, the court will pronounce the sentence as to counts 2 and 3 after it's been completed. The parties have had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report and make any objections if they believe they need to. As to the 3 counts that the jury has found the defendant guilty of, I will adjudicate her guilty at this time, but the sentence will be pronounced as to the 3 counts at a later date. She is remanded for sentencing at this time. Lieutenant Henry, please notify the commander at the
Still
jail
no
that
tea.
the appropriate screening needs to take place to ensure that the defendant is in an area where she is not subject to any self-harm. For a case management date coming up, what would the parties request?
Ms. Dugan's October court date,
Read that is 10/14. Is that correct, Ms. Dugan? October 14th for case management at 2:30 p.m. That will be in the normal courtroom 3B. Patricia, if you can make sure that the notice goes to DOC so they are aware that the PSI needs to be completed as soon as possible. Thank you. We are in recess at this time. We will reconvene on October 14th. Have a good evening, everyone.
Actually, yes, I haven't watched this bit. Let's see it go. I didn't see this bit because I was only listening. Fuck my life. Suck it, Donna. Suck it.
See her stumble.
No. Go back. I'm so angry.
Right there.
Like, look at her walking all frail. Fuck off.
Right. Ugh. And that's it. So we have, I'll just get rid of that. So we have we have Phil and Ruth's statements, and then we also have the presser for Georgia. And then I have the fun stuff that was online afterwards in Twitter.
Yes. Yes.
So we can do, which one do you want to do first?
Let's go to Phil and Shelley and Ruth, I reckon.
Alrighty. So this is through Court TV because they had the longest version. Everybody cuts off while people are still talking.
Did you watch Carl Steinbeck was there and he's got a live, it's a vertical live, but he's got a live and it's in full.
No, I didn't watch that. You have that pulled up?
Man. No, but I can get it. Hang on, walk and talk chat. Oh yeah. I sent that's the one. Oh no, that was later. Wait. Walk and talk. Phil Steinbeck. Phil. Who's Phil Steinbeck? I don't know, some guy. Sorry, Carl. It was this. Pause, Lisa. Share this tab instead. So he's holding his phone, but we get all of it. So, including some cool hot Mikey moments as well. So it's half an hour. There's a bit of dead time in the middle while they were waiting for Georgia to come out. But that. Thanks, Carl.
And the gifts are all the people who've supported us, our allies from FSU University, the Tallahassee community, and all of you in the media, of which we've had tremendous support. Social media, podcasters, print, and all other aspects of helping us produce and deliver this very important communication. So thank you. We are grateful.
Ruth, you mentioned the Markel Act in your comments, and I know so many people are wondering, will the Markel family be able to enjoy the protections of the Markel Act that is named for Dan?
Well, the Markel Act actually it's specific to, just to answer the question very specifically, it's part of having a civil or a criminal offense against the spouse of a person who has been deceased. We have had access because of the Markel Act. So as it was passed, it opened up. Wendi had invited us to the bar mitzvahs. We had a little bit of an opportunity to have communications in some cases, but they're highly choreographed. It's not a natural process. We're looking for when we can communicate via email, via phone. We have everything is done still through Wendy's devices, let's call it, and timeframes. So we're looking for a more natural opportunity.
Ms. Markel, do you believe that everyone who participated in this crime has been held accountable?
I'll let other people in my family talk about that.
Okay.
Well, first of all, just one little side thing. We were originally invited to the first bar mitzvah, and then we were disinvited from it. So just to clarify.
Yes.
My comments. First of all, I'm very, very grateful to the jury. They were very attentive. I watched them carefully. They listened. They obviously analyzed and came to a just decision. We're grateful to the judge for his patience and his guidance, and that everybody followed the law, etc. We're grateful to all of you guys here. I can't begin to tell you. I always, to me, journalists were never, they're there to just post stuff in the papers, TV, or whatever. But you guys have really, really, it's been 11 years. You supported us. And because of you, this case never went cold. And I can't believe people stop me when I'm in the Dillard's or I'm in the wine store or at a restaurant. My claim to fame, unfortunately, is I'm Dan's dad. But it's so heartwarming to see this community, the people, and because of you around the world, there aren't enough words to tell you how grateful we all are. This is, even though it's joyful or I'm happy decision that's come out, it's still very, very difficult. And we still don't have the full access to the boys that we'd love to have. They're very, very controlled, very short, and very far and few between. And it's, we just want anybody and everybody who had anything to do with Dan's death brought to justice. And until that day happens, I will not be fully happy individual.
And Phil, one of the, I think it's safe to say, one of the star witnesses in this trial was Rob Adelson. What was it like for you to watch him up there testifying for the government?
Rob Adelson and I have, we actually haven't seen each other for a long time, but we do communicate via text, telephone, etc. He is an incredible individual. How this guy happened to come out of this family is beyond my understanding.
I think we respect his bravery and his courage in doing what he did, and we really, will be very honored to see him and connect with him, but in particular, we really respect his courage.
And Phil or Shelley can answer this. Did this one feel different? You had the hitmen who were prosecuted, you had McVanawa, but now father to the mother-in-law. There's a different kind of relationship between those two. To see her there getting found guilty, what was that like?
I have to think how to answer that question. It's hard. Each one is very gratifying, obviously, and we're happy with the results. This one hurts, I think, a little more because of who it is. I made a very short speech, but I think what I did differently this time is the harm to families, not just only ours, but to everybody involved in this mess. And so many children without parents, without uncles, aunts, cousins, etc. It's so hard to understand. She was an educated individual. She was a kindergarten teacher. Where did this come from? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure this out.
I was just going to add that there is a certain satisfaction in this verdict, despite the fact that anyone going to jail is a hard thing to imagine and obviously hard to, it's emotional, but I would say there's satisfaction in this verdict. And I would say that we're hopeful, really hopeful that this will open the door for the future generations to, connect, for the cousins to connect, for, rebuilding a relationship with my nephews, their grandchildren, my children's cousins. This is, we hope that this will shed light. This will be the sort of element of truth that will be there for them to see. It'll be on the record for those kids to know in the future, and we would, welcome the opportunity to reconnect.
And Shelley, what do you think Dan would say today, watching his parents up there giving such eloquent, amazing victim impact statements, particularly Phil's last question?
I think he'd be really proud. Danny was one to do presentations. He was the, really amazing writer in our family, and I think his parents, would have made him very proud.
One question, what were the thoughts that went through your mind as you saw the defense strategy develop to kind of embrace the evidence against the daughter and the son? A mother, in essence, throwing their kids under the bus and acting as a prosecutor for the defense attorneys. And
Sorry to interrupt. That speaking now is Mentor Lawyer. He has a massive channel that exploded during Charlie's trial. Exploded. I think he got like 200,000 subscribers in Charlie's trial. So I'll let him keep speaking, even though I stopped in the middle of his question. Apologies, sir.
Grandma Markel, Danny, and all this stuff that they tried to embrace the evidence and pretend that they cared so much about what happened to Grandma Markel.
Hi, Steve.
The state's attorney. Yeah, but I think the defense had to do their job, and I think that we have really looked at all the sides of the story, and thank you again. Thank you all.
We're very lucky that state's attorneys and their team did such an amazing job and all of that. So thank you, everybody.
Police, just everybody. We're really big.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Guys, we're happy to talk to y'all. We would like to talk privately with the family for a minute, and then George will answer questions. I know that's what you're going to want. If y'all want to come on.
There was nothing like this for Charlie's trial. All these media folks here. This is like probably 10 times more media folks.
It's fun to hear, Carl.
I'm going to pause for a moment. It is fun to hear Carl. Carl talking in his hushed sportscaster tones. And there's a bit of dead time here, and I'll scroll through, but there's not really, it's just while they're waiting for Georgia. But funny story, I messaged Ms. What the fuck, and I sent you a link to because Carl went live with another vertical later on. Again, I had my glasses on, so I actually could see things, and I was mesmerized because I thought he had. Obviously, he wouldn't, but I thought that he had a Snapchat filter on his thing to pretend glasses on, but he certainly didn't. They were his actual glasses, and so that was me. Nan, thank you so much. That's so incredibly kind of you. Wow. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
That's
you.
really kind of you. You know, we just do our thing over here, Nan, despite everything, and because of everything, we do just keep showing up. So thank you so much. I feel like, and don't take this the wrong way, this is a Camp Shorty thing. I feel like maybe this is appropriate. I don't know. Is it? We'll see. Yikes.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away. Shit.
And this. Nan, you are in the draw for the next Miss Shorty merch raffle draw. Thank you so much. I'll put you in twice for that. Such a generous donation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'll write that in a second. Now I'm going to go, before I skip through to, I don't know if I can make this max screen. Can I? Wait, I don't want to, wait. So when the next bit we're going to watch, which is George's press conference, and it is a bit disappointing that Sarah didn't speak, but can I zoom? Can I do a thing here?
What are you trying to do?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I want to make it bigger. That's what she said. Can if you all are on your phone, zoom in, or this is on my community tab, zoom in and have a look at Sarah Dugan in the background, because it's when Georgia says the stay tuned thing, right? And Sarah's smile is just, she is so beautiful. I know that how someone looks doesn't matter, but her smile, because she looked so studious, and Sarah, yes, serious. Thanks, Ms. What the Fuck. She's done it. Wait, let me remove this.
I got you.
There it is. In court, she was so studious and you know, obviously being diligent. Look at her. She's like a model. That smile. Smart and pretty. It is the joy. So, well, then, Ms. What the Fuck, because you've got it there. Could you please scroll, show the other photos in that batch that I just screenshotted? So look at George's shoes. Nude shoes. Sarah had the same nude shoes. So classy. So classy. There's Georgia. Love. Steve, thank you so much.
Oh, Steve.
He's getting peer pressured by Nan. Wow. Okay, so let me just what was I doing?
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I will do.
Yes, you do.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away. Shit.
Okay, we'll go back to this. Thanks, ma'am. Now, there's a little bit of, I'll just do it this old-fashioned way. I think John, I wonder if I can get it. John, the like the thumbnail, it's not, but the cover photo for this is John, Carl's brother, turning around to the camera. I wonder if I can grab it. No, I think it was before when he scrolled around. Anyway, I'll get it to where Georgia walks in. Bit of a huddle. There it was. Wait, I think.
Birds in a little bit, but we
No, Blair Witch of it all. Steve says she's right next to me. Yes. Lucky you.
A little bit, but
I don't know who's luckier.
I'm going to try to tighten up. I'll see where. Okay, I tighten up a little bit.
Any minute now, Georgia comes out. Wait, there's Carl.
There was even more evidence that wasn't presented than they could have. They could have called folks in rebuttal, like Dan's attorney, Stephen Webster. He talked about how he thought about he thought he was going to maybe be called in rebuttal. I think it was a daytime decision made by the prosecution yesterday not to call him, but we're on the third floor. We're outside the room that the Markels are being talked to by the prosecution. It says 301 there on the wall, 301 Northwest Judicial Chamber. So they're able to use the judicial chambers to meet with the victim's family. That's where the victim's family past that double door there on the right is where the Markels are being talked to by the state attorney Jack Campbell, along with Georgia Appleman, Sarah Dugan. We're expecting them out momentarily. All major news media outlets here for true crime covering this case. My annoying people.
Did John just tell him to stop?
I'm not sure.
I think he just said you're annoying.
There's Sarah. They're getting ready to come out. There's
Okay,
Jason
here we go.
Newland.
Here we go.
There's Special Agent Pat Sanford.
Pat Sanford! Love you, sir. Can't wait for him to arrest Wendi.
Special Agent Sanford, he's no doubt thrilled that all this work he's been doing all these years is paying off. There's still more dividends to be paid.
Okay, that wasn't timed very well. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you hear Carl just said, I love him so much. He goes, still more dividends to be paid. So good. He's so good. He's so good. Poor man was so tired when he went live. It was ages after. I don't know. It was, and I say, I thought he had a Snapchat filter of fake glasses. I messaged him as what the fuck. I'm like, I swear to God, they look weird. Do you think and I'm like, then he took his glasses off and I'm like, oh no, wait, they're real. Yeah, that's close.
There's
Here we go.
the team coming out right now.
Nobody's gonna do that.
What's it like in this moment? What was it like to have this defendant be found guilty?
I think I just feel kind of honored to be able to deliver this win for the Markels. You know, we've heard so much about a win for the Adelmans, a win for the Adelsons, and everything that was lost in those efforts. So it's just been really cool to be a part of this win.
During one of the pre-trials, you said these trials that have become my life. It's a lot of trials at this point. Talk about what happens when you're a prosecutor and you have to continue to follow cases.
Well, I mean, I do have other cases. People don't know that. There are other cases. Wow. And I care about, all of them, but obviously this has become sort of part of my DNA after investing so much blood and tears into this case and getting justice. So yeah, it's been an epic battle.
Was this one tougher than Charlie's trial?
I don't know. I mean, I'm older, so I think it is. I think everyone's tougher than the last. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, more time passes and there's more stuff. There's more phones. There's more records. There's more emails. So it's a lot to organize, and it's a lot of little pieces to try to put together and try to create something cognizable that a jury can follow and get their head around.
From Georgia, opening statements right out of the gate, Jackie Fulford appropriated Professor Markel's nickname, calling him Danny. A lot of people were upset about that. Did that bother you?
Not as much as it bothered some other folks. I understood what she was trying to do. It was not the classiest move, and I think she kind of realized that and seemed to correct that over the course of the trial. But yeah, probably not a great move.
And what about the amount of deliberations? Is roughly the same as Charlie, maybe a few minutes more, but not much. That surprised me because some people were predicting a longer deliberation.
A little bit. I actually lost. I thought it would be slightly shorter.
Same.
I was being pretty ambitious.
Same.
But yeah,
Georgia.
it wouldn't have surprised me if it had been more difficult for them because it was a large puzzle that kind of had to be put together. But I guess they got what they needed and they knew what they had to do.
Will this be the last prosecution?
You are asking the
Oh,
question.
good job.
Why are you that guy?
Were you surprised by the defense strategy of throwing Wendi and Charlie under the bus? And was the adoptive admissions ruling something that you pre-planned or something that you all came up with at the last moment?
We had a few incarnations of how to deal with the fact that she had adopted Charlie's really ridiculous story previously. We didn't want her to be able to distance herself from that and create a new better defense, which she did seem to kind of try to be doing. So we did want to try to shove that on her and then try to explain that to the jury. Okay, here's this whole other defense that she already adopted, and it's complicated and it has all its pushback that goes with it. So it did feel like a difficult minefield to wade through to be able to explain all that to the jury, but we wanted to make sure they understood that, hey, she's already committed to this defense that's a loser, and now she's trying to switch it up and go to this whole other place, and you've got to pick a lane and can't be both. So I think that's kind of what we were trying to do, so we're really successful.
It sounded like the new investigation developed a lot of crazy evidence, including y'all were planning to use some phone calls that you were not able to use at the trial. Is the sealing of this evidence going to be unsealed now that the one has been convicted, or do you know?
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah.
And you cannot still comment, I guess, about.
I think not. Yeah. It's less sexy than you imagine it to be, but I don't think I should comment on it. Since it's sealed.
Well, how did you feel when you found out that Donna was not going to be testifying? Something tells me you were probably salivating.
This is great.
At the idea of cross-examining her over the last 11 years.
Yeah, it's not like I was gonna, wow, you guys, it's an amazing new stuff right now, but I did put tons of preparation into that. I was a little bit like sad when I took my binder that had 100 tabs and packed it away. So yeah, I was a little surprised. She seems like somebody that would want to tell her story.
Absolutely, Georgia.
It's trickier and trickier when all these stories are out there, and she would have to navigate a lot of stuff.
Just going to pause for a moment and say, Juju Slay, thank you so much for your cash app. You're in the draw. Thank you so much, sir. $50. I love you. That's really kind of you. Thank you. All the support. I got to say, I'm a terrible grifter. August was like my third worst month of grifting. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. So y'all are improving my grift status significantly tonight. Thank you so much. And yes, you're in the draw. Thank you, Simi.
Get up there. So I do understand why she made the decision she did, and I think it's a smart one, but I was kind of expecting her.
What was the new evidence that you thought in this trial might have made a difference that when you came across that you introduced?
I think the fleeing to Vietnam didn't hurt, especially since she denied it. She just said, no, I went to Vietnam. I didn't want to get arrested.
What about the VIN number?
She didn't do that. She oversold.
The VIN number and the planner.
VIN.
Talk about that. Like, how did you guys find out? Was it an aha moment?
Yeah. Kind of dumb luck. I mean, that thing is so dense, and there's a bunch of them. So we've just been sort of perusing them, and somebody just stumbled upon it.
Did you hear that? So they asked her about the license, the registration number, the license plate number that Donna had in her 2014 planner, Dan's rego number, we call it here. And so they just stumbled upon it in all of that dense lot of discovery. One of her people, one of George's people, law clerks, no, paralegals, I guess, happened upon it. That it was only, do you recall how tiny? It was just a little tiny entry beneath other people's personal details, because Donna. So that was quite the find, wasn't it? Bravo to the paralegals.
Rob Adelson's testimony, how key was that?
I think it was important, didn't you? I mean, I thought he was so genuine, and
Amazing.
what a guy to be able to do that. It's a terrible situation for him to be put in, and to be able to rise above that and do the right thing.
Did you all wait for this trial to put him on? Why did you not testify previously?
I just didn't want to do it to him unless I felt like it was absolutely necessary, and I really felt like I needed it.
Georgia, Wendi had reason to work tonight.
You said that word. That's a bad word.
Pause. I'm just going to pause. Did you hear that? They asked why she hadn't called Robert Adelson in previous trials, and Georgia said he's just such a lovely guy. I didn't want to do it to him, but this time round, it was kind of a necessity. So I'm just going to go back because the next question.
Able to rise above that and do the right thing.
Did you all
You did the
wait
right
for this
thing.
trial to come along? Why did you not testify previously?
I just didn't want to do it to him unless I felt like it was absolutely necessary, and I really felt like I needed it.
Georgia, does Wendi have reason on the word tonight?
You said that word. That's a bad word.
He said, does Wendi have a reason to be worried tonight?
Worried is a bad word.
Should we say stay tuned? Do we need to stay tuned?
I mean, you can stay tuned.
All right.
Yay.
One other question for me. I mean, your father played football. I understand. That was my first Knowles game. And I take all the credit
Oh,
for
it's a
the
great
family.
word.
Yeah.
Lucky you. Go Knowles.
And I found out maybe through the grapevine that someone else in your family is a professional female golfer or that you're close to.
That's Joel.
Maybe not, but
Yes.
Sounds cool.
Is that Joel?
Do you think you get
Yep.
that competitive spirit from from dad?
I love that she's like, what?
Yes, I think both sides of my family are extremely competitive, and if it came to game night, you could see some pieces being thrown.
The most important question, do you have a fifth red suit?
I don't know. I'll work on that.
Number
Ah!
number five.
Pause. That's Sarah in the background smiling, laughing. She says, I don't know, I'll work on that. Exactly. So that's cryptic, isn't it? Not cryptic at all. The stay tuned comment already. And I'll work on that. Yes. Guaranteed. I'm going to say it. I still think within the next 2 weeks, sooner, if Wendi tries to flee the country. Oh my God, to be a fly on the wall for all these people.
I have to imagine that they have whatever they had like on a list for her passport.
100%.
Just like they had with Donna's, because they kind of explained that, right? That they had a list, or there's some sort of alert for passports for them. So I have to imagine.
The means, yes, she has the means, the motive, and let's not give her the opportunity to leave her, particularly with those boys.
Yes.
I can see a world where Wendi tries to bundle up the children and books it. Let's book her instead, huh? Book her.
Yes, I think both sides of my family are extremely competitive, and if it came to
That was,
game
I'm
night,
just playing it again, minus the golfing question. Oh.
The most important question, do you have a fifth red suit?
I don't know. I'll work on that.
Number five. Number five.
Last year you were going, it seemed like the state was going to call him, but ultimately this time around, no one called him to the stand. Why?
Because we didn't want to tangle with him unless we had to, and we felt like we were able to successfully get out the story that he told his trial and marry Donna to it as much as we needed to without having.
If I'm not mistaken, this was the first trial where you guys were able to access WhatsApp messages. Was there a new tech? Am I right about that? Was there a new technology?
Because they had Donna's
advance?
devices.
We had any WhatsApp messages last time, but they are encrypted, so we really do have to get them off the device itself. So we were able to use the threads.
And was that related to getting from Donna's device? Yeah.
Was your all's case more polished? Does the demonstratives seem
They were
up a
very
notch from
polished.
before?
Yes,
I'm
that's
just trying
because
to
I
say-
didn't make them. I only directed. I did get some wonderful volunteer help. So I don't know if she wants to shout it or not, but
Were there other things that were new and improved? Some of the witnesses even seemed to be testifying a little smoother than before.
I don't know. Did they? I don't know.
If the trial
Yeah,
had come forward,
someone wanted to-
if the trial had come forward a year ago, you didn't have all the evidence from the new investigation. How significant was to have the note from Rena Bernhardt?
I thought it was great. I thought it was. When she showed up with that, it was like Christmas Day.
They did a good job.
It felt like this trial, you did mention Wendy's name more. Is that just because of who the defendant was, or is there a strategy behind more evidence against Wendi?
I think it was because of who the defendant was and how important the motive was to establish, which
Lisa.
largely arose from the communications between Donna and Wendi.
Yes.
Can you confirm whether or not she's in Texas or Colorado? Do you know for sure? Because I keep hearing people being on unsure and jumping around on that.
It's my understanding that Wendi did relocate from Florida to Texas, but it's the whispers are that she has since moved to Colorado.
Okay.
So I cannot confirm or deny. I mean, I have a feeling, I mean, Colorado's further from Florida than Texas is, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you can run, but you can't hide, Wendi.
I-
We'll just come and get you.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Sorry. Thank you.
Nina says, I think Wendi moved from Texas to Denver. Yes, that's what I thought. And while we're paused, Juju Slay, you are already, we'll lock it in, boots on the ground, Juju Slay. You can be our eyes, ears, and voice from inside the courtroom, like after court. we'll
Yes, our intrepid reporter.
That's it. Intrepid boots on the ground. Amazing. Yes. So I'm pretty sure that Wendy's no longer in Texas.
Okay. That's what I thought you had said before. And I keep hearing different people say different things. So I just wanted to know. Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can say a little bit about the boys. I can feel the emotion. It seemed like it really resonated with the jury when you talked about.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, there's no justice for them, and I haven't done them any favors today, and I lose sleep over that fact. Because, you know, that family's just been totally destroyed. I hate that.
All right,
It's a
Princey.
little bit like being a part of it, you know, so, yeah. I wish them nothing but the best, and I hope they can connect with their maternal relatives and yep.
Georgia needs to go
You
sit
guys.
down. Georgia. You'll have a good night.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for remembering that or not.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna
Yes, Carl.
we're gonna go ahead head out for dinner plans we had, but thanks for supporting this case.
He's so cute.
Glad we had some justice happening here, and we're gonna be coming back on later
Ah.
tonight around 10 o'clock or so. So join us back then. More coverage on this case and a great victory for the prosecution and justice today. Take care.
Oh, I'm almost crying. Stop. Sorry. Fettuccine. Oh, thank you. Oh, screaming is a Carl is so cute. You know what I have to go and show you what I thought was his glasses being a fake
Okay.
glasses. I have to. It I don't know what. I was not on drugs. I was I might have had a wine, but I not a big one. No, I didn't hardly had any wine yesterday. Wait, let me just get it to the start with. Pause. You're gonna have to chat. You're going to have to. Oh God, what am I doing? Wait.
I got it.
Thanks. No, we're smooth as fucking butter. I don't know why. Now I look at it, I'm like, obviously they're real, but on my phone with my glasses on, which are very high resolution, they're thick as fucking Coke bottles. Wait.
I'm
so cute.
Here in Tallahassee, Florida, and just want to cover a few more things tonight that
Yes.
I witnessed in the courtroom today. We saw
I didn't see that part. Otherwise,
Donna
I would have known.
Adelson be convicted in a little over 3 hours, as expected. All counts. She was convicted
See
of
how they're
first-degree
kind of
murder.
hovering?
conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and also
Pause, because as I don't know, you can't. They're crooked. They're a little bit crooked. That's fine. Hope Hate Fear agrees with me. He had his just. I know, but I'm looking at it going. His face doesn't seem like he doesn't seem to be moving. But then the glasses were kind of doing this, and I was mesmerized.
Yeah,
and I'm looking at the like the obvious, on the side of his face where the lens changes. That's where you. Okay, chat.
But fast
Trust
forward it to where he took him off because
solicitation to commit murder.
Fine.
It was so funny.
For those of you that
I was literally
either
in real
saw
time
some
ago.
of it
Oh no,
or
wait.
didn't see all of it, I can just add that
They're hovering.
the behavior of Wendi was predictable. I thought you'd have some kind of outburst or some kind of drama demonstration of her shock as to the verdict, and sure enough, she lets out a shout of sorts, a desperation shout, and was being dramatic and acting shooken up and constantly shaking, and it's like her teeth were chattering. And then she had this defiance mode kicking in again, where she's shaking her head all the time. She was even shaking her head when the victim impact statements were being given. The judge had to give had the jury be excused, and he admonished her and said, "Look, I will remove you from this proceeding if you can't control yourself." She really didn't control herself well. After that either, like I say, she
I was
really
literally, my brain was going, but why wouldn't he just put his real glasses on? Maybe he forgot his glasses and he wants to keep continuity. I'm like sitting here at my phone going, like, I couldn't concentrate on these words. Anyway, I mean, if you, like, this is a great little live. It was only a little bit of time. I struggled a little bit with some of the names in chat because there was some monkeys, and I was like, I bailed. It was only 20 minutes, but wait, let me see if I can get. Wait, sorry, Carl. Carl was a JAG lawyer, attorney. Like he's very accomplished, and he knows this case inside out.
And he's the voice that Lisa and I like to listen to as we fall asleep.
Yes.
We go to sleep to the dulcet tones, Carl.
Yes. Here we go. Wait, I was still like, I couldn't get my head around it. It's coming. Wait. wait. Okay. I literally hit send on your last message. No, he's very tired, but he always speaks in this laconic sort of, he almost never has been, I swear he's autistic, like he's 100% neurodivergent, and so he has this very sort of flat affect, and when he does actually get riled up on something, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But, wait, here we go. Wait. And he goes
a couple hours ago, but I got my wrong glasses on, so I'm not able to see your comments. Let me take my other glasses off, see maybe
I'm like, oh no, wait.
Yeah, we're exhausted. I've gotten probably like 5 hours sleep last night or less, and only 3 hours the night before when we flew in.
Okay.
Poor man.
Yeah. Okay.
Carl's the best.
Carl is the best. Okay.
Okay.
So that was sorry to interrupt you, but that was more than what you could find in court TV and official shit, right? Because it was the whole thing.
Yeah. So court TV, Tallahassee Democrat, Law and Crime, everybody cuts it off at like different spots, but nobody has like the full thing. So Carl did the entire thing, which is amazing. I'm so grateful for him doing that.
And admittedly, it was like, it wasn't necessarily the best sound, but you catch the gist and you get all of it. And also, I guess each of the channels probably cropped it for their people, like the court TV lady with the curly hair. They probably just used most of her stuff. I guarantee you nobody used the golf question from
the golf question. It was so weird, but they all cut it at like these different points. So like court TV had the longest one, which was weird, but they stopped it before it got to the question about the kids, and where she was like, that's where the new stuff was just then, where she was talking about the kids having, they're basically the family being destroyed and how she felt about the kids. Like that was new. So, yeah. All right. Shall we get into some of the funny stuff and cool stuff that people have put out? I have something that came out just like it was happening as we were talking. It is so fresh that you're not gonna believe it. It's so fresh it has our faces on it.
Thanks for my dirty paws. Appreciate that. Anyway,
I didn't make it.
I know who made it. I can tell already.
You can tell?
Yes.
So this was from
That's
one of
okay.
our
That's how it
lovely mods that made this. Whoever smelled it, dealt it. And this is just a quick little funny just to start this off. So sharing that first.
Oh wait, now that's done. Hang on. Yeah, I'll do things. You do that.
Okay. Well, yes, this is very, very funny.
Who could it have been? I can't imagine. Who in the world could have ever been so on top of screenshotting and amending it? It couldn't be out there, Stephanie.
All right. So let's go back to the presentation though. We'll go on. So this was the last time that Donna was at Sidebar, and this happened early on in the day. Pretty sure this was when she went on there to complain and say, but no, I really want to testify now, which was reported that she came back in the morning and wanted to testify after it had already closed, and there was no chance after everybody had rested, and there was no opportunity. So it was a big no. You can't do that. But I love this little screenshot that I took of her at Sidebar for the last time. And then,
good night, Steve. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing Nan along for a little sneak peek and helping me with my grift. I really appreciate your presence more than your dollars, but both are very appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
And so this is the thing from Fancy Fiction I wanted to talk about. This is actually posted on the 2nd, so it's a little bit older, but I saved it for this. It says, yesterday I noticed a sign outside the office of Dan Markel's divorce attorney. In the background, you can see a Whole Foods sign. This is where Wendi Adelson mentioned she last saw Dan. He was working on his laptop while she redirected the kids to another place to eat to avoid him. It's quite powerful imagery. As a bonus, I also took a picture of a huge owl that I saw yesterday. All in all, it was a day of interesting signs. This was right before the closings, right before she decided not to testify, everything. Oh, it was just so powerful, I felt like. I thought that was pretty amazing.
Very amazing.
And then you sent me this. So in the original closing for Georgia, she had a Spider-Man meme. I don't know if anybody's it's on there for 2 seconds. There's a Spider-Man meme. I don't know. Did you see that?
I wasn't looking, but I heard that it was in there, and then something about Queen Georgia and Sarah, or something on Twitter. I've been tweeting a little bit, and the Queen's speech as a reply sent me that back. So it's so
I love
funny.
it.
And hey, Llama, good to see you.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Juju's Light was right at the beginning, and they only showed it on the screen for 2 seconds. It was so fast. So I love that you got this from the Queen's speech.
Yes, well, obviously someone sent it to them or whatever, because it's got that weird thing down the bottom that is the bane of my existence when I'm trying to get screenshots for thumbnails and stuff. When you visit the site and you can't get to the photo, but then when you go back to the search one and it's got that little thing and you're like, you gotta grab it out.
Yeah.
Cool meme. It's actually the essence of the Adelson thing. Very good. Very good.
All right. And then next up we have, so Sleuthy posted this and you sent this over. Sleuthy caught that something about Jackie's closing. So it says,
so this didn't register with me at the time, or maybe because we were in Llama's chat and listening, and I was getting ready for work, doing all my things in the morning, the uber multitasking that is my whole life. But yes, Sleuthy Goosey tweeted this out that she'd noticed.
Yeah. Do you want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
Let me see if I got it here. If I can see it, I'll read it. You know, the whole okay, it's coming. That's what she said. Oh no, it hates me. Okay. It's being weird. No, I've got a black screen. You better read it. That's doing weird things on my other thing. Other thing.
So it says, how many of y'all missed Jackie admitting in her closing that Charlie confessed to Donna Adelson 2 months before or after the murder, and he told her he hired a hitman to kill Dan? She said Donna wrote the checks to Katie because Charlie told her the murderers were blackmailing / extorting him. I think the change to extortion came after a lawyer told him the difference, and they would kill him if he didn't pay them. She said that Donna wasn't speaking to Charlie in code after the bump. She was giving him hints about what it was about, and she knew what it was about because he had told her about it previously. She then suddenly asked for a break mid-argument and then came back and pretended she never said it.
So we all were wondering why she asked for that sidebar. And this is why.
Yeah.
Because she was like, Juju Slay says, what? Here, let me read it again. I got it now. How many of y'all, so far all of us, how many of y'all missed Jackie admitting in her closing that Charlie confessed to Donna Adelson 2 months after the murder? And he told her he hired a hitman to kill Dan. She said Donna wrote the checks to Katie because Charlie told her the murderers were blackmailing, extorting him. Brackets, I think the change to extortion came after a lawyer told him the difference. They would kill him if he didn't pay them. She said that Donna wasn't speaking to Charlie in code after the bump. She was giving him hints about what it was about, and she knew what it was about because he had told her about it previously, which actually suggests that Donna wasn't involved in wasn't the orchestrator of the whole thing. So it's still off, but it's more of an admission that you'd want. She knew what it was about because she had told him about it previously, because he had told her about it previously. She then suddenly asked for a break mid-argument and then came back and pretended she never said it. Oh my.
Amazing, right?
Sleuthy's always got the tea.
Oh, yeah. And she picks up on so much. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then we have the Tennessee homesteader points out the best press question of, do you have the fifth suit? And captures this great little picture of Emily D. Baker in the corner, just with that grin. I love that. That was a good one.
It's great. It's a great one.
Okay. And then I felt like this was the best response out there to the things that Phil said, Phil's wish on Donna. So Runkle says, also, Phil Markel wishes Donna Adelson to live to 120 years old in her cell. I have a further wish for her. I wish her a large screen TV with perfect images and crystal clear reception for Wendi's eventual trial, which seems like it'll be coming. And I love that.
So yes, I love it too. Ian says, Simi, claps for Ian. Yes. Yeah. I think there's been a lot of resounding, emphatic assertions along with mine that Wendi's next. And did I send you the link about, are we getting to it, where someone says it is going to be in the next week or so? Or was it that Carl that said that? Did I do it? I think my brain.
You didn't send me anything else that I haven't shown
I didn't
already.
Send you. I think it's, I took a screen record and it's one little tiny clip. Let me see if I can, he's Carl. So if Carl says it, and I've been saying this for forever. I've been saying this forever. As soon as Donna's convicted, within 2 weeks, Wendi will be arrested, right?
Right.
That her purpose has been served. We talked about it before. It's, let me just, he says, let me just play it to myself.
So I think Wendi will be indicted next week and probably arrested.
Great. I've got it perfectly. Hang on. Pause, Lisa. It's only on my phone, so that's not real handy. Where is it? It's right at the end.
So I think Wendi will be indicted next week and probably arrested within a week or so.
Thanks.
On this.
That's me. Told ya. Carl says, so I think Wendi will be indicted in the next week and then arrested.
If Carl said it, then and you say it, I mean, Carl's just stirring you, so.
He is. I obviously Esquire is at the end of my name. So, no night butterfly. Thank you for being here. Sweet dreams.
All right. And then the last thing I had is that.
I've gotten to the point with my TikTok Wendi with the hourglass emoji, and then stay tuned. No, and then I say you're next. I say TikTok Wendi, and then the hourglass, and then you're next with the handshake. And now I just go hourglass handshake anywhere I am. Hourglass handshake.
Nice. I love it. All right.
Christy's off to bed. Christy, congratulations on your merch raffle draw win. Let me know what you want, and I'll get that sorted for you ASAP. Yes.
That was all I have.
So thank you, Ms. What the Fuck. All you had was a lot, and it was amazing. Thank you very much. Jeannie says, I've been saying that unless Adelson turns on Wendi, and I've been saying this for weeks, she'll never get convicted of murder. Murder. We'll see. Want to bet? I think they've got so much on Wendi. There's so much. Ms. What the Fuck. Everyone give Ms. What the Fuck a round of applause for her amazing presentation, her glorious co-hosting, and all of that. Manifesting Wendi's arrest. It's coming. We can manifest it, but it's coming. I promise. I know things. There's some things I just know. This is one of them. Yay! So, I don't know. What are we going to do with ourselves now? Well, tomorrow night from 5 Eastern-ish, exactly Colours Flight says there's a lot we don't know that they have. Yes, George is playing chess. It's okay. Wait, it scrolled a little. There it is. Steph says, George is playing chess. It's okay. Round of applause for Ms. What the Fuck. Yes. Couldn't do it without you. Chat is Bay. Hi again. Now, so tomorrow night, 5 Eastern-ish. Subject to clock drift always. Cardi B trial. I'm looking forward to it. Something a little lighthearted. And spoiler alert, what's the terminology in civil? She didn't have a judgment ruled against her. Is that what I say? Okay. I'm not sure. I'm all about that there criminal law. I'm a criminal attorney. I'm not a civil attorney. We'll work it out. So we'll do opening statements and everything that happened on the first day tomorrow night. Then from next week, Buster's coming to say hi. From next week, we'll do Friday night Cardi B. And I have a feeling we're getting back to, finally, the week that was. Yay. We've been missing the week that was. It'll be a little different. Ms. What the Fuck and I have been missing. We just assume you all have been missing it as well. We're going to have to scrap the brain bubbles that we source from the interwebs because ain't nobody need any more copyright strikes. Thanks. No thanks. Hi. No thanks. So similar, just with different kind of brain bubbles to ease the tension of the heavy stories. So that's next week. And tomorrow night, last thing for Camp Shorty is a few minutes here on YouTube. And then we're heading over to Kick to watch, oh my God, Unknown Caller, the high school catfish. Sure. Is that what it's called? My brain doesn't retain everything. Hang on. It's hectic. I watched it last weekend. You guys, Shorties. So good. Yes, thank you for posting my my full title there. That's very appreciated. Exalted Supreme Leader, Lyricist, Saint, Doctor, Detective, Prophet, Seer, Lady, Miss Shorty, Esquire. But I'm a criminal attorney. We'll have to just work our way through a civil case. Hey, yes, make sure you follow our friends at True Crime and Wine Time. Not That Drama Llama is in the chat right now. Michael Green Chili Chickens from over there. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, no spoiler alerts. It's hectic. I was sitting here at my laptop, actually watching, going, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. No fucking way. I swear to God. So that's what we're doing. So thank you all very much. Thank you for the gifted memberships, the continued regular, members, y'all members. Stephanie blah 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 was what the fuck gifted memberships. Header. Whew. Butterfly's gone to bed, but thank you, Butterfly. Wait, this one. And we had Jeannie as well. Are you still awake? No, yes, I think you are. Big love for your husband. Healing, pain-free vibes. Nan, thank you so much. Wow. Steve brought a guest tonight. Thank you. So that's everything. Potato cleaner. Palette cleanser. Wait. I wrote potato cleaner. I mean, if you want, I don't know, potato cleaner. Yeah, what do you want to have? That's a good idea. I feel like we haven't even been going for 4 hours. What are we even doing with our lives? Chameleon. You say chameleon, right? I say chameleon. I'm autistic. How dare you? How do you say it? Okay, fine. How do I say Aldi? What was the other one that I said to you all lolled? Sadistic. What else? Sham wow. But she says the macrame. How am I supposed to say macrame? Oh my God, how dare you? This is an onslaught of assault. Well, how am I supposed to say it? What do you want me to? I don't know how to say it. I didn't talk to people. I read books. The number of times I say hyperbole instead of hyperbole is not even funny. I thought determined was determined for about 15 years of my life. What else? It's okay, let's pile on. Pile on, Shorty. I deserve it. I've been piling on a few of you. Oh, you are so picked on by me. Apologies. Chameleon. I don't want to say chameleon. To me, it's chameleon. You all suck. I love you all so much. Oh, wait. This is terrible sound because I was talking to my potato cleaner, my phone in a voice note on Discord, but very funny. I mean, I'm sorry, but why is gorilla, but then tortilla is tortilla? Make it make sense. Double L, gorilla, tortilla. And you want me to say tortilla? I don't get it. But wait, this is the best one of all. I have a feeling this might be full screen, but I'm still here because. I'm sorry, what, Stephanie? I'm sorry, what? I don't even like cheese? Do I even know you, Stephanie? Just never mentioned. It's all the marriage is based on lies and misconceptions. I can't breathe. No, Steph says no, Lisa, I told you this in all caps. She's like, babe, I swear, I did tell you. Okay, listen, it's not a deal breaker. We can work through this.
You just would like to know.
I mean, is it too much to ask? Do I even really know the real you? Oh.
I'm having my vandalize a potential suspect. Investigate
I'm gonna need a minute.
At all.
We're gonna work through it. I swear, Steph. I'm so sorry. I've ruined your safe place. I don't know, man. Betrayal is the worst. What about pizza? Sorry, this is important. What do you have? Do you have cheese on pizza? What about on burgers? What are we doing here? Where is the line drawn? I'm not sure. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I can breathe. It's fine. That's okay. You know what? I'll do anything for you, Steph, even if it's not like that. Actually, that's perfect. It means I don't have to share my cheese. Love it. Carry on as you were. Oh. We're getting tattoos with each other's names, and I'm not even joking. I'm like, Steph sent me. I'm telling her as you were. Steph sent me these pictures. She goes, jokes, lol. And it was a heart with some roses and flowers and an arrow, and then Lisa in the middle. And she goes, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I wouldn't, but wouldn't this be funny? I'm like, send me one with Stephanie. I'm getting it. And so she did. And so I am. I mean, it's way more, my love for you and your love for me, Stephanie, is way more genuine than the fucking pirate flag tattoo I have. Let's be all honest about it. I feel another clip coming on. Cheese whiz. I don't know if I want cheese whiz. I think that sounds gross. Is it gross? I guess I'll probably find out. Yeah. Ms. What the fuckers. Yeah, clipped it, bitch. Okay, chat. I love you all very much. Thank you all for being here. TikTok Wendi. Hey, have I got even the right song as the outro? Remember I took it off for all the disasters that were... I'm sure Ms. What the fuck has reattached it. Of course she has. Or maybe I did. I can't. Let's not. Giving her ideas. Wait, what? Border Force won't let me ship over aerosol cheese products. Rude. If Joey can send murder cheese, sure, unrefrigerated brie and goat's cheese, but you can't send cheese in a can? That's disgusting. Do better, Border Force. Aerosolized cheese product. Rude. Kind of joking. She's looked into it. Okay, Wendi, you're fucking next. Yes. We tattoos aren't serious, but our love is. That's all I'm saying. Exactly. Canned cheese needs no refrigerator. No, I didn't die from the murder cheese, so all's well that ends well. It was delicious. It was a lot of cheese. Can never have too much cheese. Cheese, please. Hey, chat. I've got stuff to do. You've got stuff to do or go to bed or something. Steph's going to probably send us some voice notes because it's over. Last calls. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. See you all next week, darlings. Oh, yeah, tomorrow's Australia Day. Tomorrow's Father's Day. Is it Father's Day in America on Sunday? No, you have yours in June. Ours is tomorrow. I don't love Father's Day, so we'll be streaming. I love you all very much. So much. Leave a comment after the stream's ended. Mwah! Mwah! Suck it, Donna. Suck it, Donna. Bye.
I love you all so very much. We had a blast just chatting and stuff. Things may have gone bit off the rails. Professional when all else fails. 'Cause chat is great, so much to say. intense motions, prosecution, and narcissistic twats. 'Cause chat is bae, so much to say. Emotes and all the all caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. Community, just you and me. Occasionally, Buster and Poppy. It's the whole thing. Miss Shorty swing. Together we make each other happy. 'Cause chat is bae, so much to say. Emotes and all the caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. I love you all.